Oh yeah.
I just beat Mario Odyssey today, so that's.
Hey.
Yeah, no, dude. That's
only got
one of my
one more-
favorites.
I only got one more Mario. Odyssey is fucking fantastic. It's a beautiful love letter to all of Mario.
It really is. Man, the music, the music alone, and like the world you go to, it really feels like Miyamoto's just like, I had some ideas for like RPGs and whatnot. Let's just just throw some in.
Jump Up Superstar has to be top, like in the top 10 game music bits of all time. And
I haven't played, but I have that song like queued up all the time because it's so good. But
Caitlin, I think you could do an amazing cover of it, actually.
What one?
The song's called Jump Up Superstar.
Jump Up Superstar.
It's from
It's from Super Mario Odyssey.
I haven't played since like Super Mario Galaxy. Honestly, I kind of stopped.
Galaxy was a hell of a banger.
I wasn't vibing with the Weeb controls. Like maybe I'll try it again now that's probably on the Switch, and maybe I don't have to deal with all that stuff.
You still kind of.
Well,
somebody that just finished it.
Yeah.
Habib.
And now we're going into somewhere that is far more depressing than the Mario world. Welcome to Gateway, everybody.
What?
Somebody hasn't played
the
Sunshine.
phrasing.
I thought you were gonna say Cleveland, but here we are.
I see.
Uh-huh. Ah, yes.
I was told by reliable sources that Cleveland rocks.
Ah, yes, that's from our God King, Drew Carey, who
Wow.
even now, as I speak, looks more like Santa every year I watch Price is Right. He's just becoming him. He killed him, and he's taken the Santa Claus.
He's evolving. He's becoming something greater.
Does that mean
Something
Colin
more than
from,
himself.
like... Does that mean Colin from Whose Line Is It Anyway is going to be his Jack Frost? God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
He has to be. Like
Yeah, Colin
the- or
Mockery?
the,
Yes, absolutely.
Tumblr
what is it, the
sexy man Colin Mockery.
Frostmiser? Is he? I guess
What?
he does qualify as a Tumblr.
I can
sexy
only
man.
dream.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I can only
Okay.
dream.
Okay, I want to probe this real fast. What constitutes a Tumblr sexy man? What?
Absolutely
you
nothing.
don't-
He's gotta
you
have
don't,
that X
you don't
factor.
understand.
Like, okay, Tumblr sexy man is like
Mhm.
a little lanky, a little awkward, but has like some kind of it girl factor of being like an awkward fella.
Like the Onceler?
Yes.
The Onceler was a huge example of a Tumblr sexy man.
Massive example of Tumblr sexy man.
The
It doesn't
prime
necessarily need to
example
be
of
lanky.
Tumblr sexy man.
He
Are
doesn't
you
necessarily
started?
need to be lanky per se. They just you have to be popular male character that
So-
Tumblr users jump onto.
So are you
Yeah.
equating Colin Mockery to the Onceler?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Colin Mockery is
Think about it.
IRL Onceler.
I've looked it up. Characters considered to be Tumblr sexy man. The Onceler. Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. Figure that one out.
Okay.
Tony the Talking Clock from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Mhm.
Wheatley from Portal 2.
Yeah,
Sans from Undertale.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Benry from HLV RAI. I don't know what that is. Alistair from Hazbin Hotel. I can see that.
Of course.
Black Hat from Villainous. Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Naturally.
I forgot Tumblr sexy man
So-
Squidward.
So from the data you've given me, I don't
Right.
think Tumblr sexy man has anything to do with lankiness or size. I just think they're just horny.
Okay,
That clock is pretty.
here's-
The clock
I mean,
from
yeah.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is pretty lanky.
here is
but
a
Sans
definition.
isn't.
Here's a definition I've found. A male
Okay.
character who goes viral on Tumblr for perceived attractiveness based on an established formula, usually white, tall, dresses fancy, and is evil or has a dark side. Though the character can be non-human, can be human or non-human, or anthropied to fit said formula. Most of the time, said character isn't really as attractive as Tumblr makes them out to be.
This is why Rhys Darby's character from Our Flag Meets Death probably applies. Though
Sounds
pretty
right.
much all the cast of Our Flag Meets Death is probably sexy Tumblr men at this point.
And with this arcane knowledge, welcome to Gateway, everybody.
Woo!
Welcome back.
Caitlin,
Oh,
where can we
intro
find you? What are you
sexy.
up to?
Oh God, Dave is a Tumblr sexy man, isn't he?
Oh
Dave
my
is
Homestead?
god, Dave
No
is a Tumblr sexy
wonder!
man.
Cynthia, you're
the potential
so
is there.
Cynthia, you're so basic.
Oh my god.
You mean I'm the most fortunate because I am with Hair Flip Tumblr sexy man.
Well, he's only Tumblr sexy man when you remember he exists.
Exactly. That's the whole point of the Tumblr sexy man. None of us even remembered Tumblr sexy man until it got brought up.
Oh shit.
See?
You got me.
See?
We need to go back. We need to go back to the polls. We need to do a recount for Dave.
All right, all the men,
Hashtag Dave sweep.
all
Oh,
the male,
no.
Dave Sweep!
all the male identifying characters of Gateway now have to be on a Tumblr man sexy poll.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Connor.
Oh, Lord.
Oh dear.
Poor
Right.
Apex
Sorry.
is just like, I don't understand this. Anyway, sorry, go
You
Kate.
don't
absolutely
get
asked me a
this.
question and I didn't answer it.
Where can they find you? What are you up to?
Every now and again, you'll find me streaming over at twitch.tv/boobsmcballrog. I have been power washing the curves out of my brain, and that has been delightful. I'm slowly but surely becoming a smooth brain person who enjoys blasting dirt away from cars and homes, and that has been the best. We also are back playing Sea of Thieves, aquatic games, I guess, on Fridays with Shark Squad. And Roll With Me is going to be back this next Monday
It will.
For
over at twitch.tv/LannyPator with Connor, Bob, Taka, Lanny, and myself. Beep 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 beep. I think that's all the I'm gonna do a cooking stream tomorrow. I think there's a poll up on Twitter right now, and I believe lasagna is winning. There's a
Lasagna's
poll
really
for lasagna is really good. There's a
love
poll for
lasagna.
shepherd's pie, soup, and lasagna. And yes, lasagna is winning with a 48% at the moment. So go
Fuck
place
yeah.
your vote for which food you'd like to see me make tomorrow at 2 p.m.
If soup is in second place, I can just send you my recipe, the recipe I found for lasagna soup.
That's true. And I can get lasagna however I want. Anyway, that's it for me.
Alrighty. Rabbit, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
I'm sorry. I'm still reeling because I'm so elucidated from all this. Oh my god. Anyway, hi, I'm Rabbit. I'm a writer and I am also a comedian. I say funny ha-has a lot. You can go ahead and find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Hey Mr. Rabbit. I stream throughout the week. I stream mostly RPGs and horror games. I'm a bit of a variety streamer though. Just got done doing kind of a community thing I did with all my little henchmen over at my Discord chat. We played Valheim, and it was really fun. It felt like Dr. Stone. I probably ended up playing Valheim today because I watched Dr. Stone a lot, and I went, I want to do that! That's probably what started it all. Other than that, not a whole lot going on in Rabbit Town, except for the fact that it's going to be my birthday on Monday. It's my birthday. I'm going to be 38 on January 16th.
Happy early
20.
birthday.
23. Thank you so much.
Congratulations on
Yeah, baby.
being born and making it around the sun again.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. One of the best things about my family is nobody knows how the fuck I made it this far. So, that being said, it's a joke. That being said, if you want to go ahead and have a lot of fun with me, funny little happy hee-hoo guy Rabbit, who now has an air fryer, ladies, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Hey Mr. Rabbit.
Can't believe you fedora dipped for your air fryer.
I fucking love that thing. It has revolutionized my kitchen.
Right
That's
on.
me. That's I should Should I get an air horn? I feel like we do that a lot. Just like that's me.
Your voice is its own air horn.
Oh, you're right. All right. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Rabbit makes its own air horn.
We will also make Rabbit's little rabbit avatar Tumblr sexy man.
Oh God.
Oh,
Here we
no,
go again.
Dave won the poll for Gateway Tumblr Sexy Man.
Dave Sweep.
I'm so
Hashtag
proud
Dave
of him.
Sweep. I
I'm
love
so
it.
Dave
proud of him.
Sweep!
Dave Sweep. Hashtag Dave Sweep.
I'm glad it
everyone.
happened the way I expected, where Apex got the least.
It's that picture of Jeb Bush, but it's Dave's face instead.
Oh, let's do this.
Dave.
Alvin made a good attempt.
I did. Valiant effort by Alvin Bronson.
Well, speaking of the Apex, Lanny, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Well, you can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Currently playing through Mario games here on Twitch, and those are going live on YouTube at youtube.com/LannyArcade if you want to catch up on the archives. I just beat Mario Odyssey today, meaning that in terms of chronologicalness, I only have one Mario game left to go on my retrospective, and that's Bowser's Fury. So I'm starting that up tomorrow at about 7 o'clock Central Time if you want to come hang out with me and see how the Jumpman jumps. We can find out together. I imagine this one plays very similarly to Mario 3D World, which I loved, because that also played very similarly to Galaxy, minus a bunch of the gravity fuckery. So, yeah, let's have some fun on the Kitty Cat Island.
As a
It'll be
guy
good
who was
time.
raised with the Mario, how have you been feeling since you've started this journey with the Mario?
It's been interesting seeing where it began and how each iteration, minus Sunshine, made like leaps and bounds in terms of like steps above what came before it. I legitimately think in some ways Sunshine was a step back from 64 in terms of controllability and how the
I agree.
Mario reacted to things.
I love
but-
Sunshine though.
I'm sorry, but
What?
Yeah,
but
best in the series,
but
my ass.
But Galaxy was, oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, no,
And-
I was the same way.
And then Odyssey just took that and ran with it and did so much more. What amazes me the most about Mario is that every single game kind of does its own thing. You can go back and play any Mario game, and here's where, like, I kind of take that back a little bit, Sarah. It's okay to love Sunshine the most because it's so different from all the other Mario games, because they each have their own identity, which I find fascinating in such a in a series that's essentially just a platformer throughout. Every single one of them seems to have their own identity, and it's beautiful because of that. You can go back and play through any of them, and they all feel different. I love that. So I'm looking forward to getting through Bowser's Fury. Join along. It'll be a fun time. And if you're not all role played out over here, tune in on Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time, because the ties that bind are finally back. And it's as the party has been building up the city of Silver Rock, there's been a bit of a time skip. Tune in to see exactly what has been happening and where our dear heroes lie as we take on what is essentially going to be the final planned chapter of this campaign.
Oh shit.
Oh, whoa.
Damn. I'll agree with you about the thing about every Mario game being like different and unique, but if you like the pachinko level in Sunshine, you're a freak. A freak!
I somehow managed to beat that in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Never
me
been
too.
that hard.
But I didn't like those 15 minutes.
It was a bad level.
Oh boy, that's putting them out, but yes.
Interesting in concept, horrible in execution.
Oh
Do you
my
know what it is? It's because the gravity in that level, when you're trying to use the flood to push yourself one way or other, as soon as you start using the flood, it sucks you back towards the center of the thing.
Yep.
Like it's broken. It's actually broken. But yeah, enough of that. That's me.
Alrighty.
Would have been a better level in Source.
How dare you?
Well, we've also got resident Mario Sunshine lover Sarah. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
I'm just remembering somebody said of Mario Sunshine being like, "Oh yeah, I really enjoy." Yeah, because I'm sure players really enjoy spending their game hosing shit off the walls. And I'm over here just being like, "Yeah, who would enjoy that?"
It's Mario's Power Wash Simulator. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's
Revolutionary.
soothing.
I love
nothing
doing
wrong
that
with it.
shit.
I am Sarah
Again,
Williams.
I didn't hate Sunshine. I just think it's like B tier in terms of Mario, where like Galaxy and Odyssey are clearly S tier.
I'm Sarah Williams.
I feel bad now.
On Twitter and YouTube with Sarah with an H and with an E, Willia. I'm sad. Oh Lord, yeah. I just chill. I took a break and betrayed the Unexpectables last night by playing with a new group.
Gasp.
A
What the
local
fuck?
group called Adventurers Pack, and I actually was on camera for like my first time
Ooh.
ever as an AP. It was fun. It was called The Gauntlet, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds. I was a guest, and we had to do we made through 2 rooms of just monsters, go fight them and kill them, and don't die because you will die. It's basically they said it's like a roguelike. Basically,
Ooh.
D&D adventure thing. It's roguelike. It's like, yeah, you'll die, but you'll come back stronger, but you're gonna have to do it again. And no, it was fun though. And
Interesting.
I played a Tabaxi Rogue for the first time. And yeah, you can see that on twitch.tv/adventurerspack if you're interested. My sister and me spent 2 hours doing my hair and makeup.
Aw.
And yeah.
Right on.
How about you, Connor?
Well, they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and youtube.com/distortiondevil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Tomorrow, we're going to be booting up what some people consider, and with good reason, to be one of the greatest games of all time, the original Deus Ex.
Ooh, yeah.
I have very fond memories of that first level and all of this, all of the bullshit you can do around the headquarters.
Indeed.
That game was so open, so nice.
Oh yeah. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, other than that, not much. I'm probably going to be doing a birthday stream maybe on the 22nd, not sure. Even though it was my birthday a couple days ago, I'll be celebrating it on the 22nd. Also, give me a moment. I think Sherman needs to go out. Nope.
There he is, cradling away his dog.
Sherman
10 and
is a
2.
demanding pooch.
It is. It's true. It's true.
Dog.
I could tell it in his eyes when I saw him. Tell it in his eyes.
So that's chat.
How
you
is
doing,
chat?
chat?
How you doing? How's the hypes? How's your legs?
Your mom doing all right?
How about your mom? And yours? Okay.
Mine's doing okay. Mine's coming to visit again because she's getting some work done at her house at the end of the month.
Ah.
Which is fine, because I actually might need to get some medical shit done, and she can help with that.
Uh-oh.
There's some weird fluid in my lower back that they need to look at.
Oh, no.
No fun.
Indeed.
Oh, you're making your own water balloon, though. That's kind of fun.
I know, right?
The
Ew!
world's worst water balloon.
Or the world's best. We haven't tested that yet.
Maybe. I'm back. Sherman is right here, and he'll let me know when he needs to go pee, right? Right, dog? Start barking. Right, dog? Yeah.
My sweet little dog.
Sweet
You
boopsie.
need to learn to like to get in my bed, because I can't watch you all the fucking time. Anyway. While Sherman's breath continues to stink up my room.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tasty.
This episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dies.
Die or dies!
That is correct.
Tell me about it in great excruciating detail and leave out
All
nothing.
right.
Nothing!
Well, Die Hard Dice is your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories.
Mhm.
And if you head on over to dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables at checkout to save 10% on your order.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Okay.
That's Unexpectables.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And 10%. My God, hold on. If I carry the 2 and the 3,
Uh-huh.
and I make some of these noises.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that calculates to a lot of savings.
All the savings,
Dear God.
and they can be yours at Die Hard Dice.
Oh, shoot.
As well, we've got some bits and subs to read off. Or do we?
Could we? Let's do a poll.
They're not showing up on Streamlabs.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
did you
Time
did
to
you update?
improvise.
Time to improvise.
You gotta use that.
Did you
will
update to the latest version?
The worst part about Twitch's native version is they don't show the message with them.
No.
I will scroll up as far as I can in this chat right here. Sabarian,
Alright.
thank you for the 300 bits. Zilban, thank you for the 21 months of Prime. I have hit the ultimate sub anniversary, 21. Not Dante42, thank you for the 200 bits. Love you all. Dragosoon, thank you for the 300 bits. Let's race the rads.
Where did you start?
Sabarian.
Ooh, I've got some while you're searching for where.
Oh boy.
'Cause
I've got
I opened
Sabarian
it.
again with another 200 bits. Zenlita, thank you for the 100 bits. I'd like to welcome Mr. Dollard to the Tumblr Sexy Man rotation.
He belongs there.
fantastic.
Right away.
You laugh, but it could happen.
It could happen. If Bill Cipher can get in, Mr. Dollard can too.
Who the fuck
think
was
it's the
Bill
top hat.
Cipher?
Bill Cipher
He's-
was the triangle from.
Oh
Gravity
yeah.
Falls.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's
The posh
probably
Dorito.
the hat.
Okay.
It's probably the hat.
It has to be the hat. It's,
the
like
ha- it's the hat and the fact that he offers you a head that's still screaming.
Indeed.
That's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Yes.
That, yeah.
That delves into a greater sickness. Okay.
Representative
Fuck it.
Joints.
I'm over it.
Representative Joints, thank you for the 100 bits. This was a trap. It is. I need a representative for my joints as well. They're not playing nice with me tonight.
Do you have joints that are creaking and crunching, driving you crazy?
I am 30 years old, and therefore I have contracted jointitis.
It's true. Welcome.
Only
Let me
regret is
let
that
me
I
shake-
had bonitis.
Let me shake your hand in solidarity. Welcome, pledge.
Okay, haha, ow, my hand. Pseudonymic fake name, thank you for the 100 bits. This is your annual reminder for players all over to please use your ropes and your torches. Indeed.
No.
No. According
we
to a recent poll, citation needed. They're useless.
What's your source? My source is I made it the fuck up.
Z on the Blue Dragon, thank you for the 50 bits. Listen to this on my day off with heavy metal as well, and I gotta say, it just feels right. Looking forward to whatever shenanigans you guys get into. Protoss103, thank you for the 34 months. I miss You Don't Hear Anything. Oh, don't worry. There are plenty of
Aw.
opportunities to not hear things in the future.
Connor.
Mhm.
You don't hear anything.
No.
You don't hear.
Yes, I do.
I'm glad.
Protoss103, thank you for the oh, I already read that one. I just read that one. Sergeant Tucker, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you heard the story of Paladin Dread the Hunter? It's not an Archer story.
No?
Oh. It's not a story the Archers would tell you.
Oh.
I'm not
I
posting that. I
see.
got the shit kicked out of me.
Paladin Dread's got hands. I'm not posting that shit.
A Lucky Gamble, thank you for the 95 bits. I really am behind on Gateway, but it's great to hear all of your voices. Hope you've been well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Protoss, 103, thank you for the 5 bits. Spent almost all my channel points. Well spent. Muffin Mate,
Dave Sweep!
thank you for the 2 years of subscribing.
Woo.
Protoss 103, thank you for
damn.
the 5 bits. Dave Forever, never forget.
Hopefully not.
Representative Joints, thank you for the 100 bits. I thought Mr. Dalliard would sweep, honestly. Elf Lord, thank you for the Prime sub for 28 months. Just dropping in to say hi and resub. I'm behind on Gateway, so I'll go back to watching it from the beginning again at some point. Good night, and may the dice be in your favor. Achilles Nipple, thank you for the 28 months of Prime subbage.
Wow.
Constable Mutton, thank you for the 10 bits. Remember, you can add Assaultron legs to Mr. Handy's, so Mr. Dalliard could be a Tumblr sexy man.
The options are limitless.
Hi, sure. Hello. And with that, alright, I hope we're ready to get into tonight's episode of Gateway.
I am ready to get into tonight's episode of Gateway.
What about you, Sherman? Are you ready?
Moo.
Yeah, sweet.
Does he wag?
No, he's just looking at me like, why didn't you give me my treat after I peed?
I
I did it outside and everything.
I want the food, Father.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna
You-
park right outside my door there. Yeah, sweet. All right.
Park in the corner too. All right, later, chat.
Take it
Bye,
easy, chat. Don't eat each other while we're gone.
Or do. Not your boss.
Who's got to report that?
Not me.
Not us.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, cool. Go nuts. Here's some
All
baby
right.
rays.
Sweet baby rays. All right. Let's get ready to get into tonight's episode of Gateway.
Okay, let's go.
When last we left the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Alvin the Mechanic, Louise the Scavenger, and Cynthia the Nurse, the gang had returned to Riverside after a tense run-in that what they believed to be a robotic hunter from the Institute. They learned from Bossman that Pointman had an update for them. The Harbingers were preparing to move further into the city for an unknown purpose. After deciding to set out to Earth City and clear out a mirelurk infestation, they quickly discovered the problem to be far worse than they originally thought. With some quick thinking, and the jury-rigging of some grenades, Apex all but became a shadow as he crawled through the mirelurk-infested mud, nigh effortlessly setting up the explosives and bringing the building down on top of them. After clearing out most of the mirelurks, all that remained were 3, as well as the king of the mirelurks to stop them in their tracks. Will the gang reel in their deadliest catch? Find out tonight on Gateway. And so, with the Apex rolling towards the king of the mirelurks, snarling in feral rage at the destruction of what were probably many of his children.
I actually don't think that's how mirelurks work.
Shh, it's okay. Just let it go.
Well, the Missouri variant does.
I'll have a discussion about that. Like, mirelurks are actually one of the things I actually know the most about in the Fallout universe. But
That's so appropriate. Also,
Yeah.
Scoop Cat.
So in terms of what we're dealing with, it's the Mirelurk King and 3 other damaged.
3 damaged mirelurks.
Okay, yeah. Apex is just like as soon as he saw the large one like pop out, he'd like look up, make sure like there's no real debris falling, and then immediately charge for it. Deathclaw Gauntlet drawn, using all of the knowledge that he's learned from the Mirelurks to wade his way through the mud as quickly and efficiently as possible.
All right. The Mirelurk King, seeing a threat, will break out into a sprint and rush to meet you.
Louise sighs, looks at Cynthia and Alvin. Mara looks on the menu.
Seems like it.
Yep, let's make sure they're the main course, not the other way around.
As
Shoot.
the other Mirelurks regain their footing and they join their they join in the fight for their own survival.
Well, now I feel bad.
We literally came here to exterminate them.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I don't need to be reminded.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't want to think about it.
It's like Connor standing over me as I enjoy a nice, juicy cheeseburger, being like, "Do you know how many children that cow had?"
You see salty tears run down the Mirelurk's face. Or is that just water? You don't know.
You don't feel like you have any remorse.
You don't
for your
feel like a
actions.
murderer. Oh, did this not loop? It didn't.
Apparently not.
Play it again.
Apex, you slapped the rate. Oh, wait, hold on. Going again. Good job, buddy. You're fine.
But yeah, roll to shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to. If they're going toward a sprint towards us, I want to go ahead and try to catch as many of them as I can to go ahead and stop their charge. So I'm the focus of their attention, not Cynthia or Louise.
Hi.
All right, so you're trying to draw the attention of the Mirelurks?
Yeah, just going by just taking a look at the biggest one, socking him square in the nose, and showing them that I'm the threat.
Okay, so you are attacking one of them.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. What's everybody else doing?
Apex is going for the big guy while everybody else clears out the smaller ones, and if he can't kill this thing in the meanwhile, he's going to assume they can handle the smaller ones and then help him.
I need to. And there are how many smaller ones again?
3.
3 little baby ones.
They got big old thick boy shells.
The babies are probably the size of what, Volkswagens?
Mm-hmm.
They're like little. They're about Danny DeVito sized.
Wow. Okay.
That's really.
That's a very vivid image.
Yeah,
Okay.
that really helps.
And the
No, I just-
Mirelurk.
I just met a Danny DeVito dressed as a crab with like one of those little like grocery grabber, like those grabber claws.
So
I'm the Mirelurk.
The Mirelurk King doesn't have the what is it? The shell though, right?
His body. He's more like
He's-
the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Right.
covering, like, a
Exactly.
chitinous shells around his body.
Whereas the Mirelurks, the regular Mirelurks are more crab-like in appearance. The Mirelurk King actually appears to be more amphibian-like.
Okay. Okay. There's something I'm thinking about, but I'm like, but where
Does
are
that
they?
loop
And
again?
How many?
What the French toast?
So 3 littles and a Mirelurk King. That song really does want to leave for you, huh, bud? Yeah, gonna shoot. Actually, gonna try and shoot a hole into the Mirelurk King's shell stuff. Why?
Apex literally said mine.
You can have the finishing blow.
Just making an opening for you that maybe your little claw things can't do.
Apex is gonna burrow inside of it, just like Luke inside of that big white frosty thing in that one movie.
This is going to make him feel away. I will let you know that.
Fine, I'll shoot the little one.
All right, you're gonna take a shot at a little one, Louise.
Sure.
As in, you're also shooting a little one?
I will shoot a little one that is not being targeted.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll start with Alvin. Roll body.
Gotcha. Here comes the pain, big guy. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Excellent. You launch your power fist into what you assume to be this thing's face. Its beady little eyes close as the pneumatic pistons create a noticeable crack and dent in the Mirelurk's rocky shell, or carapace shell. But it staggers back up to its feet, and it looks like it's still going strong.
I'm gonna pound my fist against my chest and then just yell at it. Just get its attention. Get all their attention. Come on!
All right.
I'm the one you want now!
That'll bring us to... Swear to God, if you don't loop. Thank you.
Eyebrow raised so high it went off your body for a minute.
Like The Rock. Apex.
Going straight for the king. I got my Deathclaw gauntlet out. I'm trying, like, this thing's kind of a new creature to me. I'm only used to the crab-like ones. But it's very similar to one of the things I want to hunt. So I'm going to do my best to avoid its, like, whatever claws it tries to rake at me while I go for any of the joint areas. I'm going to try to go for the neck, the armpit, the elbows, the knees, the hips, wherever I can see thinner sinew than the thicker shells around its vitals.
All right. Go ahead and roll body for me.
Shabushki! That's an 8.
An 8.
All right. I will, however, for this first attack, use my black belt, which allows me to re-roll one of my lower numbers there. So I'm going to re-roll that one.
Alrighty.
I can only do this once per encounter. Jabba! That's a 3, putting that up to a 7. That's a 10 now.
Yep, that'll put it above the threshold. You meet the Mirelurk King. Its red crest flaring. And it comes at you with surprising speed, but you manage to surprise it as well. It's never seen anything quite like you either, as you rake the Deathclaw gauntlet along its neck, and you see a gout of sort of off-white colored fluids begin to leak out of the Mirelurk King. Its gills frayed in pain, and its teeth, its lips peel back from its razor-sharp teeth as it staggers back up to its feet, ready for another round with you.
I smile.
That'll bring us to Cynthia.
You gonna shoot?
Go ahead and roll that body.
Kablow.
Kablow.
10.
Yo.
Oh, yeah. That's a 10. Yep. You managed to, with pinpoint accuracy, strike a bullet into one of the gaps in its armor made by the collapsing building, and it stumbles and staggers. But it slowly rises to its feet, and it seems to with an insectoid-like precision, look to see which of these targets is more dangerous now.
Oh, did I happen to mention that I am dual wielding right now?
I see. What does that do?
I have a pistol and a hand caster, the mini mag, because I can hold them both, correct?
You can.
Do I need a perk for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah, there's a perk for going akimbo.
Then I am done.
Alrighty. And that'll bring us to Louise.
They're all to shoot.
Roll to shoot.
Mate.
The remaining mirelurk that has not been attacked sort of lowers itself and scuttles to the ground. And your bullet hits it, but it seems to bounce off of its shell, not doing as much damage as it would have if it had penetrated. And it scuttles forward towards you.
Well, that's no good. Let's ricochet that shit.
All right.
11!
All right. Yeah, I'm assuming you're aiming for it.
Yes, please.
All right. As the bullet strikes the concrete behind the mirelurk from the remains of this now ruined and exploded building, the bullet flies back and strikes it in one of its legs, and it sort of slows as it goes to approach you, but it still manages to close the distance. It is now
Glances
looking
Cynthia-
very weak.
Glances at Cynthia and gives a wink. Well, this is just fun, ain't it?
Very much so.
All right. Top of the round.
Apex is having the time of his life battling this thing. His heartbeat is in his ears. And the only thing in front of him is death or victory. So he's just going to go for another big attack, going for either that currently open bleeding wound or striking at one of its mobility points to try to slow it down.
Alrighty. That leaves the rest of yous.
Got an idea. Any way I could go ahead and use the pneumatic kickback from striking the one I already punched to kind of knock it off its just kind of like knock it off its feet and then knock it into the one that's approaching Louise?
Yes, I'd say there's a way that you could turn this to sort of you're trying to hinder the one that is currently near Louise.
Right.
Alrighty, gotcha. That leaves Cynthia and Louise.
Yep.
More murder via gun.
More murder via gun. All right, I'm assuming you're attacking the same one.
Yes, same one pistol. Because the handcaster has to like heat up, right?
You can use it, but you have to remember to put more scrap into it.
Yes, gonna save that shot for hopefully killing this one after a pistol shot. So let's go kablam. Ooh, 10.
All right. Yeah, the pistol shot strikes it true once more, and now sensing the more dangerous target, it's going to try and scuttle towards you, but it cannot do so. It's looking fairly weak at this point. And that leaves Louise. You've got a mirelurk in your face.
Oh, he's like, how close is he actually?
He's in your face.
Oh.
Its face, your face, together.
Yeah. He used the opportunity afforded by your minor success to close the distance.
Is there any rubble above him that I could shoot and have it fall?
You're sort of in an open field now. You're not really in the radius of the building. You're like on a hill, sort of, almost, as well.
Alright, I'll roll to shoot and then I'll flavor after.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 5.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
I'm gonna hurt. I'll let you flavor.
Yeah, you raise your gun to try and shoot at this mirelurk, but it brings up one of its big meaty claws and it cracks you across the face. And it's like someone it's like someone swung a sledgehammer into your jaw as you hear tendons ripping and bone sort
Ow!
of almost fracturing underneath the weight of this claw. You take 3 damage.
And that's still to my armor, despite this visceral description.
It is still to your armor.
It's like, I'm fine, it's just my armor. Your jaw's broken. I don't know how to explain this to you.
Well, if it's just going to your armor, then we'll say you catch it on your shoulder and you're gonna bruise, but yeah, for the most part, you're fine.
Yikes.
Are you still allowing me to roll ricochets on a failure?
You've already used ricochet.
Oh, am I? Oh, wait, does that only once?
It's once per encounter now.
What?
I thought we established this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did-
we
Oh.
established it like the titles.
It's a very strong ability.
It is actually.
No, that's fair. I guess I didn't make that note. Let me make that note so I remember next time.
Yeah, I could have sworn I edited that in your sheet, actually.
Once per encounter, you said?
Yes.
Oof. All right, I'm gonna have to remember that for next time.
My bad if I
I'm-
didn't make that clear.
Then I'm just gonna let the weight of it carry me into sort of a controlled roll across the ground, so I can at least get a little distance.
All right, you try and roll and scurry away from this thing, but it scuttles after you.
Just sort of glaring at it like, I just got this fixed.
That'll leave. Well, technically, Alvin was supposed to go first. So we'll go ahead and do this now. Alvin, I need you to roll wits for me because you are acting defensively.
5.
Unfortunately, you try and angle the trajectory of the one that you just hit, but it grounds itself with all of its pointed features and manages to skid to a stop before it really travels anywhere, and it looks at you with sort of an insectoid fury.
Insectoid fury.
And it is going to retaliate. It is going to swing its claw at you, and you will take 3 damage as well.
All right. I ain't fucking around with y'all anymore.
That'll bring us to the apex. Still locked in combat with the king.
Strike fast, strike hard. The apex.
Roll body.
10.
Yeah, you notice this thing's primary strength that you've noticed so far is its speed, and you go and you slash across its ankle, and it skids along the ground. More of this sort of off-white ichor, yes, spills onto the ground as it staggers to its feet. Now a clear weakness in that leg that you've created. But it is still gearing up for a fight.
I glare at it and continue glancing over its body for weakness. I imagine as I did this, I kind of circled around it to slice at its leg. Do I see what's happening to everybody else fighting the crabs?
You would be vaguely aware of the status of everybody. You would see that the other mirelurks are sort of closing the distance between more of your ranged fighters, and Alvin is having a little bit of trouble as well. These mirelurks are durable, and they hit hard when they do hit.
May I attempt a intelligence check to see if I can give Apex some of my meta knowledge? Only on a true success would I like take this.
Roll strange.
Strange. Okay. Because this would be knowledge about a creature.
But it's meta knowledge.
Yes, but it's like knowledge that would Apex know this kind of knowledge.
Okay.
I'll still do strange if that's what you desire, but
no. Go ahead and roll.
it's the difference between a +0 and a +1, really.
Yeah, it's roll wits. Roll wits, I would say.
Roll wits. Oh.
Or
smarts is book. Smarts is
right,
book
right.
Kind of things.
Go for smarts then.
All right. 9.
9. Yeah, through studying the way that these creatures act and interact, you've probably dealt with them on occasion, so you would have a little bit of knowledge in how they work.
All right. The one thing I guess I'll give myself partial knowledge here. I will not know how to get it to do this thing, but I know that a mirelurk king exists in a colony because it has killed the queen and supplanted it as the ruler, and it controls the other mirelurks via sonic attacks. I will not know how to make it produce a sonic attack, though.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's all I know for now.
Alrighty, and that will be the top of the round.
Apex is just going to continue attacking. He knows that the best way to get back there is to deal with this king. But he is going to try to, like, circle back around so that the king is facing the mirelurks that everybody else is dealing with, in case it does decide to scream at him.
Alrighty, so you're using that knowledge and you're positioning yourself for a sort of a sonic blast from this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, like, circle back around so that my back is to everybody else, and in case this thing does attack me that way, I'm ready for that. But otherwise, I'm going to try to rake my claws across its side and under its arm as I get my way back across the other side.
Alrighty. What's everybody else doing?
How bad is the mirelurk that I've been shooting at? It's pretty down. 'Cause
Looking
Louise has
pretty
been-
rough. It's looking pretty rough. It's got its eyes on you, and it is making its way towards you, but it has not closed the distance yet.
Time for a hand caster.
All right, firing your hand caster.
Body roll, correct?
We're gonna wait until everybody's made their declarations.
Also, is Dave shooting?
Oh yeah,
Dave's in the car.
Dave apparates.
I exist again!
Dave
Tumblr sexy boy Dave!
Woo!
Was just
Dave,
curious. Just curious, you know.
Dave's radiant skin and chiseled jaw exits the.
Oh my god, he gleams
He
in the
just
sunlight.
appears wearing a sash that says Dave Sweep.
Give that man a buff for winning the poll.
He'll look over and he'll say, "You need some help?"
Yes, please, Dave, help. That's how Cynthia
Louise
sounds.
is like
The
Louise is,
distressed
running.
one waving a napkin.
Louise is like running from hers and it's keeping pace with her, a la Scooby-Doo monster style. She's just like, yeah, a little.
Dave has entered the fray.
It's like a Smash character. Speaking of Smash characters, Alvin's pissed. I want to grab this thing by its claw and throw it.
Okay, you're gonna try and smash the character. Gotcha. Yes. And what would Louise be doing in this situation?
Yeah, if this thing is able to keep pace with her, even if she's running, she will decide to abruptly switch direction, run straight for it, and try to frog hop over it and shoot it at point blank range with her shotgun as she does. Like, how does this thing control? Is it like tank controls? Does it like need a second to sort of turn, or can it like just go on a dime?
It looks like it might be a little bit slow in trying to turn, but yeah, when it's when it's heading in a beeline right towards something, it's quite fast, faster than you'd expect.
Yeah, she will reverse direction and like attempt to frog hop over it and shoot it with her shotgun at point blank range as she goes over, and just like keep running the other direction.
Alrighty. We'll go from the top then. Apex. You're fighting the king. Go ahead and roll your body.
When you come at the king, don't miss! 13!
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you get into its undercarriage and you slash the Deathclaw gauntlet across its torso, now leaking precious fluids and innards, looking in quite rough shape now as it sort of gets down on all fours and sort of crawls back and hisses.
I kind of duck down, like hunch my shoulders down, get into that kind of like squatted Wolverine stance, and just.
Its empty, milked over eyes glare at you with a primal fury as more of that off-white fluid comes out of its mouth in spurts. It is looking quite rough. Meanwhile, it was Cynthia next?
I think
With
Alvin.
yeah, probably Alvin, then Cynthia, then Louise.
All right, Alvin, you're grabbing the Mirelurk and going to try and throw it. Are you doing this with the intention to hurt it, or?
I'm going to, yeah, absolutely hurt it. Alvin's
All right.
just completely pissed off at this thing.
That'll be a body roll then.
It's a 9.
All right. Just thinking here for. Yeah, you grab its arm, you yank it forward with surprising strength. You use your shoulder and your legs to heave it up off of the ground, and you, like Jason Voorhees, slam it into the ground, and a couple of its legs come scattering off. You hear the arm break and buckle underneath your weight. But as it does so, it uses the last of its strength to use its pincer and clamp with all of its might onto your hand. You hear your bones creaking, your tendons beginning to snap as you take 3 damage. But the Mirelurk is felled.
Whoop whoop.
Ain't you something? I can learn a trick off of you.
Alrighty. Now it'll be Cynthia.
Cynthia will get the handcaster whirring to life, and as it finally spews out some molten metal, 12.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The area instantly becomes a few degrees hotter, and the rest of you almost have to like look away, except for Apex, who has his back towards the rest of you, as the red hot liquid metal streaks through the air, strikes this thing in the forehead. It convulses slightly, and the smell of cooked seafood sort of spreads
Delicious.
throughout the area as it collapses onto the ground.
Blows the smoke off the handcaster, loads in more metal.
All right, and Louise, you're frog hopping over this Mirelurk.
7. Well, it's a success.
7? Yeah. Yeah. The Mirelurk brings up its claws as you try and sail over it, and it smacks you in the stomach with its claw. You take 3 damage, but your shot goes off, and its shell buckles against the weight of your buckshot, and it falls forward, now leaking its off-white blood.
So dead?
The third Mirelurk is dead.
I will use Grim Reaper's Spirit. Or Sprint.
Reaper sprint.
If I roll a 10 and up, I can act again immediately.
All right, go for it.
No. Oh well.
No.
At least there's no
Unfortunate.
downside.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
All right.
Louise will just then sort of put her hand on her stomach and just like look and double check that it's not moving anymore. It's like, not doing well today.
That will leave Dave. He like holds up his laser pistol and he points over the one that Alvin's fighting. Oh, he just killed it. Points over the one that Cynthia's fighting. Oh, she just killed it. Points over the one Louise. Oh, all right. Looks over at the king and is like, and
Yes.
let's
Yes.
see. He's going to sort of begin walking forward a little bit. What should he do in this situation?
David up.
Dave, sweep.
Hashtag Dave sweep.
Sweep it, Dave. Take down the king. Totally no problems with Apex at all after that.
Yep. No, relationship will be just fine, I'm sure.
Oh, the social
He's-
link untarnished.
He's going to assess the situation. And he is going to shout out, "You got this, Apex!" And
Apex.
And do nothing.
Does he buff Apex with that? Like, inspiration or something?
Bardic inspiration.
Tumblr
Yeah,
sexy
sure.
boy inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apex in the middle of this like battle for life of death, and then he just gets this cheer, like this soccer cheer from the side. Go Apex! The fuck?
Let me let me see.
Come on, bolster his spirit, you sweet, sweet, hot, adorable post-apocalyptic onceler. Let's go.
All right, he was going to give you a benefit if he rolled on his if you rolled well on his thing, but unfortunately he rolled a 5.
Oh, well, then yeah, his
Does that mean
reaction
he
was
distracts
correct.
me?
Oh
no,
no.
He agitates the king. He hears.
Well, Apex is just going to dive in and try going straight for that wound by its throat and try to like rend it open.
Alrighty.
Is this still my normal body roll, or is the king now?
This is still your normal body roll.
Okay. 11.
And it
Apex,
doesn't even
buddy.
matter. As you go for the wound you made previously in its throat, you get your claws into the exact same spot that you made, and you wrench forward, and something sort of fundamental causes the Mirelurk King to pause as gouts of this off-white blood come shooting out, some splattering against your arm and your face and your mask. As it sort of reaches up in almost a humanoid gesture, it grabs the wound on its throat, trying to keep its precious lifeblood in, but it sort of slowly then begins to lessen its activity until it just simply slumps to the ground, dead.
As it slumps, I walk over and make sure that it has no life in it, and if it seems to have any like feeble movements, I will give it a mercy kill. Good fight.
As you assess the body of the Mirelurk King, it seems to have bled out rather quickly due to the amount of wounds that it sustained.
I start to loosen the Deathclaw gauntlet on my wrist. And then I go about looking over its body parts to see what I can turn into armor.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I have a question. Are the little Mirelurks, are their meat any good?
Oh yeah. Mirelurk meat is a delicacy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it now?
Well,
It's good. It's good
I
eating.
will. I will assume Louise knows that, and she will just shrug and pull out her butcher knife and just be like, "Well, waste not." And she's just gonna start hacking at hers like it's like a crab at the seafood market.
Apex looks up. Save me any parts of shell you can get.
Will do.
Oh
And-
yeah, that's right. I was so
and by-
pissed off about it. Yeah, I guess that is good eating, huh?
And by a delicacy, I mean it is disgusting, tough, and somehow slimy at the same time.
But but it gets softer when boiled.
That is true.
You know, so probably the handcaster singed meat is probably like perfect right now.
Maybe.
The parts that aren't crusted in slag.
Dave, go try it.
You mean the molten metal cooked
Oh,
Mirelurk?
right. That's probably not right. Never mind.
I wanted Cynthia's eyes to turn red and her go like, "Are you saying I'm not a good cook?"
Oh God.
What's wrong, babe? You've hardly touched your slag crab.
As a hush settles on the battlefield, the sound of debris slowly falling from the still sort of collapsing building behind you. Let me see. Let me see here. There we go.
Rust music.
Apex, you begin to harvest.
Particularly the pieces that I want are the bits of chitinous armor around its forearms.
That will be. I suppose that would be a wits. I think to try and.
Let's go! 10!
Oh yeah. You manage to carve off the sort of tough scales formations around the Mirelurk King's arms, and you manage to peel off a bit of armored skin. You've got Mirelurk King scales.
Apex is going to have Batman bracers now.
Oh yeah, they've even got that sort of frayed bright pink webbing on it as well.
Oh, that sounds so
Apex,
cool.
Apex like basically degloves this thing and just looks at these in awe. He knows that they're probably going to have to be like sliced and stitched just to make sure they fit around his forearms, but we got people that can do that. He's worked with people that worked with animal bits before.
So you want parts of the shell?
They're very tough. Resistant to most forms of ballistics.
Oh yeah, no, it took a slug from a power fist like it was nothing. I wouldn't blame you. You could make good armor with this shit.
And anybody who's interested would probably want to check the hole that this guy crawled out of. He probably ate some neat people.
Did you say meat people or neat people?
Yes, technically.
There's some really
Huh.
neat people.
I'll give it a root in there for a minute, but getting shell from you. Connor, refresh something for me while Alvin's crawling around this Mirelurk. Are Mirelurk shells the same as like crawdads and whatnot? They're kind of pressed together like robotic, like machine plating. Like if Alvin was looking at like this is like a machine plate, I could pop this off if I just took a bit here.
Yeah,
tuck that there.
Mirelurks are basically just really big crabs. So their
you
shells
scoop- if you
are
s-
quite similar.
Yeah, if you scoop the meat out of them.
Tell you what, if I bust that seam right there, would that be good? And you might be able to do the rest of the work?
Yes, if we just harvest the meat is probably worth a decent amount of money, too.
I can't say I've ever had Mirelurk.
It's an acquired taste. It tastes like cat pee. Smells like cat pee. But that's also how I imagine it tastes. It needs to be.
Oh,
cooked.
imagine. Okay.
I was gonna say, but at this point, it doesn't shock me no more. So, oh
You
well.
know, you know what? Yeah, that'll probably work for me too. Any port in a storm, right? All
Go
right.
ahead.
Let me just go ahead and just grab the old X-Acto tool here and make a cut right there. You want me to roll to harvest this thing?
Sure. Go ahead and roll wits for me.
Cool. No, it's a 6. He's not as good at this.
Yeah, the translation from machinery to meat is a little bit odd for you, and you, unfortunately, in the attempt to safely pull it off, you accidentally end up destroying some of the meat.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Apex. My first time doing something like this. I'm normally... This ain't exactly my wheelhouse. I was more put them in the dirt, then I turned into fix them up. I've never been about the whole harvesting part.
No worries. Apex is just very happy about the trophies he was able to take off the king. He's also going to remove the head, just not necessarily as a trophy, but as well, yes, one as a trophy, but two as proof that the mirelurks have been taken care of.
All right.
Shall I roll to harvest mine?
Sure. That'll be a
What is
wits
that
as
again?
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we say so like a failure, will that mean I don't get anything?
Pretty much, yes.
Can I say like a mid-level success? I get like 1 plate and the meat's okay, but I don't get all the plates.
Yeah.
All right, I'm thinking of how to flavor this. I have ideas. No, that's 12.
Oh, very nice.
No need to worry about it.
Yeah, you managed to.
Can I?
Sure.
It's anybody who looks over who has a weak constitution probably shouldn't watch Long Dave. It's a bit of a horror show. Like, Louise is hacking at this thing like she is a character from Shaun of the Dead going after a zombie with a baseball bat. There is viscera and bits of stuff like flying into her face and on her clothes, and she doesn't even seem to notice. And yet, she does a beautiful job.
Yeah, and you managed to harvest some mirelurk meat and some mirelurk shell as well.
Does that mean all the current ones have been harvested then, or is there one left?
I think there's one left.
Since that's what the crew is doing, Cynthia will probably join in on that and kind of look at Dave to be like, come on, help out.
Oh, okay.
Louise stands up, looking very gross, and just looks at Dave with a thumbs up, being like, come on, it ain't that hard.
Oh, God, you're coated in... Ugh.
What?
Apex walks over, covered in that, like, gooey white ichor, and just holds the head out. This can be proof that we have gotten rid of them.
Oh.
Hands the head to Dave.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. You really only worked with robots up to now, huh?
Sort of like instantly drops the head, looks down on it, and starts wiping his hands on his coat.
We have a Sindri.
Come on, Dave. He's being friendly.
Oh.
Help me with this. Apex, you carry your head.
It's on my shoulders.
No,
the other
this
one.
one points at the ground.
Okay.
You chop it off, you have to carry it.
You're talking to Apex like that's a punishment.
I know.
Apex was giving it to Dave because he thought it was nice.
It was a sign of friendship.
Dave is not gonna carry that.
I mean, I know that outside of game.
Of course. What do I need to roll for taking
I'll
for the Mirelurk?
Just be a wits.
Okay.
That'll be a wits.
Wits. 6.
Ooh.
What was Dave's roll? Maybe his is better.
Maybe you can salvage something. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah. Ooh, shit! Knocked over
Whoa
my
there.
drink.
Whoa there.
As you're not really necessarily practiced in harvesting meat from things, as you don't really need to eat anymore.
Right.
It doesn't come that great to you, and the shell sort of crumbles underneath you trying to safely harvest it. However, you do get some more mirelurk meat.
Great. And we'll package that as safely as can be in her pack for now.
Mm-hmm. I'll help hand off some.
And you've
Look
probably
over.
got like an empty aluminum tin in there or something that you could store it safely in.
Yeah, I think I have a lunchbox or something. Or was that
For
me?
the shells and the meat, you mean?
Just for the meat. Although that's going to be a very full lunchbox.
Ugh, so gross.
Yep, I have one Vault Tech lunchbox that is now full of mirelurk meat.
I will hand mine off to Cynthia as well, as I don't have anything decent to hold it with. Just like gross and yucky. Here you go. And to Apex, I'll be like, and some shell for you.
Yeah. And then I will point over to where the Mirelurk King crawled out of, that greasy mud pit with that that stagnant water.
I'll give that a look.
That was his nest.
And you think that he might be hauling a bunch of nice goodies in there?
And possible bits of the queen as well.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Well, let's give it a look.
And if he were eating the finest things that these creatures found, then if they were people, they might have stuff on them.
Do you know?
Slight-
Do you know if mirelurks collect shiny objects, anything like that?
Not on purpose.
Slightly depressing, but also true.
All right. Well, you want to dig through a nest, Louise?
Again, Louise, looking at her, looks like she has just come out of a butcher and did not put on anything to protect herself from the blood and viscera. She's just like, she just pauses and looks at her hands like, oh, yuck. Uselessly wipes them on her pants and then is like,
boy.
oh, that's better. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let's do some delving. Oh, Apex. Great job killing that son of a bitch, huh?
Yes.
You hang that from your belt. You did a good ass job today.
I look at the head. It might be a little too big, but I'll try.
I'll make a harness.
Now I can be
Right.
like Geralt.
As they're walking away, Louise is just like, you realize that's gonna scare the locals, right?
Yeah, I might scare the locals, but Apex tries to go ahead and find his own way and his own happiness through things. You see how overjoyed he was when he was holding those things?
No, yeah.
Felt
Maybe
like
you
me
just
when
hang-
I was fixing my first part.
Maybe you can just hang the ears off or something. I don't know. Fashion him up.
Well, you gonna hang the ears off of the horns? I jab you with my elbow.
Out. I don't know. Fashion him like a Mirelurk head ensemble, as it were. Ears can go there. Ears. She's like pointing on different parts. Like ears can go there. Nose can go here. Maybe you can hang like the jawbone off the belt, or a jawbone belt.
I'm just thinking, you just have the two ears off that Mirelurk son of a bitch hanging off the horns. Looks like two pretty earrings.
Hey, if he likes them.
Well, that's up to his decision entirely. He's always got great ideas in his head. I wish I knew a little bit more about working with natural parts more than machines to help him out. But
Oh, you should ask him that
the
question.
people he's got helping him out, though, damn fine.
Yeah. So, looks down in the hole, kind of sniffs. Well, I'm already messed up to hell, so you may as well let me pop in first.
Absolutely. It ain't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, so I'll join in after you.
Yep.
All
So
right.
is there a safe way to crawl down into this thing, Connor?
Well, if you're talking about the area where the Mirelurk King was, that is currently under heaps of rubble that you created.
Oh. How long would that take to uncover?
A lot.
Hmm.
Well, you got them power fists.
We did blow it
I
up.
do have power fist. Can I just
Still
use
no.
my power fist to go ahead and clear up a bit of a way to go ahead and get to where the nest was?
Wreck-It
could
Ralph
take-
this shit.
It'll take some time, but yeah.
Apex will help clear rubble.
All right. Seeing as how this is going to be a feat of athleticism, whoever is helping, go ahead and roll body.
I guess every little bit helps.
Yeah, everybody's probably gonna chip in at this point.
That's a 9. Apex just uses it as a nice cool down from what he just
8.
did.
That's a 5. Louise is
10.
pathetic. She's just supervising.
That makes sense considering you're the one that's taking the chunks and turning them into smaller rubble.
Yeah, Alvin's helping tremendously by breaking up the large chunks of concrete and making them
How's,
smaller.
How's Dave doing?
Dave check.
Yeah, let's
Dave,
have
well,
Dave.
What's our Dave check, buddy?
Just
Well,
in
he
the
rolled
car
a
with
5.
So he's really doing his best out there, but it's just not enough.
He had to go puke in the corner because of the head.
Yeah, probably.
He's looking over everything and he's saying, "You certain this was a good idea?"
Oh my god.
What if there's more down there? That just makes Apex more excited. Really? You think there could be?
I don't know. It's not my department.
You know, I always do like using these power fists for the things they were intended to do.
All right, let's see.
There we go.
With your combined efforts, one, two, three.
By our powers combined.
We are a successful endeavor.
With your combined efforts, it only takes you about an hour to clear out the rubble from the Mirelurk King's sort of nest.
There we go.
There we all are. And yep, that's all fit to print there. How's that all look?
Now the question is who's gonna go inside.
Raise his hand. Yep.
All following
Figured that was
behind.
gonna happen.
Again, just sort of looks at Cynthia, looks at her shirt, and just be like, I mean,
It is true. We're probably gonna have to hose y'all off after.
no, don't jump in the river when we get back to Riverside.
Oh, that's fair.
I have not partaken of that nice bathing area. So
Oh,
how does
it's
this work,
always
Connor?
good.
What kind of entrance am I looking at here?
It's basically just a big, like a big puddle, is what it is. A small pond, if you will.
So we're to look in this pond, we're just gonna have to like fumble around underwater and grab.
Pretty much.
Yep, that's it.
Neat.
All right.
Like
All
it's like looking for your golf disc in a public park fountain.
Wow.
I guess I'll roll scavenger for this.
All right. What potential thing would you like to find in this sort of
Well-
muddy cyst?
Apex mentioned people and shinies and stuff, so something valuable one of their poor victims may have had.
Something valuable? Alrighty.
Something.
Fancy.
Fancy. Yeah.
You pull out a Rolls Royce.
Anyway, scavenger. It's 10.
Yo, nice.
Oh, I can't wait to see what we get.
As you sort of dive down into this muddy water, and you begin to feel around through the mud and gunk. Your hand brushes across something hard and metallic, and you find rivets and plating, and you brush aside some of the mud and gunk, and you see reflecting sort of the midday light from the sun above you is a somewhat familiar looking helmet.
So, this pond, do I have to go underwater to get to this, or do it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
You'd have to dive underneath.
Does it feel like kind of heavy?
Yes, it does. It does feel quite heavy. You see sort of a dented in, busted and broken, but its shape is maybe a bit familiar looking to you.
She'll pop her head back out of the water and just sort of like, Alvin, Apex, I got something.
Oh,
Apex will pop back over.
no shit. What'd you find?
Kind of feel like I know it, but I kind of need to get it up first before I can tell.
Apex will offer a hand.
Yes.
Okay. Going to try and unearth this. I'm going to need both of you to roll body.
10.
7.
Okay. It
It's like
takes
pulling
you.
it out of thick mud, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it takes you another couple of minutes to sort of try and unearth this thing, and you notice that it's heavy, whatever it is that's down here. You both, after a couple minutes of scraping mud away and trying to pull, probably about 45 minutes goes by. But
Oh,
Apex, as soon as you see it, you recognize it instantly. As the more mud you clear away and the more you sort of heave it out of the mud and onto the surface, sort of half of it sticking out is a destroyed set of Brotherhood of Steel power armor.
Jesus Christ, get a rope.
Whoa!
Apex says, get a rope. Get a rope right now.
Holy shit.
I got you. I got you. Hold on.
Oh,
I
Just
go
kinda-
ahead and fish for
just kind of
the
leans back on her
necessary
haunches
tools
like,
out of my belt and whatnot.
whew.
Use my harness. Go ahead and reassemble it like this. We got a good old zip rope. Let's go ahead and pull it out.
Apex is going to suggest that we should uncover as much of the torso as we can and tie it around and then use the car to pull it out.
I'm on it. I can do that much. I will go back under and do my best to get as much mud off this thing as possible to help
Same.
it.
Also,
Yeah.
Apex, while dipping underwater and stuff, is basically mostly naked except for his pants. Like, he took off all of his cool shit and set it aside when he jumped into the mud.
All
Louise
right.
did not bother to take any clothes off. Her stuff, I mean, again, her stuff is ruined, but she's still fully clothed. Those clothes are going to have to be washed so bad.
Burned. They're gonna have to be burned.
Like,
Yeah.
but
You're
why?
you're covered in slimy mirelurk ichor and mud,
I should take it to
and
that
murky
poor
water has sort of infested your clothing.
I should take it to that poor
It's-
lady at the clothes shop and see what she
it's-
can do.
It's bad.
Oh, it's
she-
really bad.
Yeah,
She'd make you lose karma. That's what she should do.
This
You
is
put that
this is
shovel down.
this is really poopy mud water.
Louise doesn't care. She's doing her job underneath. Ah. She sort of like uses her like her butcher knife to sort of like help with scraping off mud and stuff.
Apex is like, now that he knows the general shape of what we're working with, he's starting to kind of like dig his fingers around the joints and just trying to find the spot so he can clear out the space underneath the armpits of the torso.
Hmm.
I'm gonna worm down some rope for him.
How many feet of rope do we have?
This question has never come up in conversation.
What did we say about rope earlier?
Okay, listen.
Just saying. Just saying.
Uh-huh.
Look, we have a mechanic in party, a mechanic who already works with machines. We get Alvin this stuff. Alvin is a whole new character. Like,
Very
combat is
immediately.
very
Yeah.
new.
Cynthia's getting the car.
Thank God we have a car.
Yep.
Can you imagine
I mean,
dragging this thing back to Riverside?
I mean, yes, that's literally how we're going to have to transport it.
Yeah.
It's going to be dragged down the road. I mean, it's already broken.
Well, we can put it on a mirelurk shell.
I mean, if we can
Yes,
separate
yeah, the
parts a little
mirelurk shell
bit-
could be used as a sled for a little bit, but that thing's going to be ground to dust under this thing. This thing weighs like
A lot.
700
Yeah,
to
they're
800
very
pounds.
heavy.
I mean,
The
can you
mirelurk
separate,
shell is ground to dust under the weight of freedom.
can you
Truly.
separate the parts of it a bit so we can store some in the trunk and like sit with the rest on our laps or something?
Depends
I
on
got the
how
helmet.
it really depends on how broken it is.
That is true.
Let's see.
Although Apex now has a new feather in his cap, he just took out something that beat something in power armor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's all he's thinking about while he's trying to dig this thing out.
All right. All right. So Cynthia, go ahead and roll me. You've got the driver perk, I believe, as well.
I do. Yes.
So what does that do?
I believe, let's scroll down real quick. Operating land vehicle, you have the following benefits. You may choose to roll either plus body or wits for any maneuvers made to operate the vehicle. Racing, pulling off a stunt, attacking a target with the vehicle, etc. Any land vehicle you operate has +1 shield.
All right. Go ahead and roll either body or wits then
Wits
for
it
your
is.
part in this. Apex,
8.
go ahead and roll body.
13.
Nice. I'm assuming
Apexing
Alvin is also helping.
around.
Yes.
Are you affixing the rope to the power armor, or
Yeah, I want to fix the rope to the power or make a really strong harness to go ahead and pull this thing out.
okay? Roll wits in that case.
Seven.
All right. And Louise, what are you doing to aid in this endeavor?
I was just getting all the mud I could off of it, but I mean, I'll help with my weak ass strength if I can. Whoever I can help to
All right.
help.
That'll be a body roll. Also, I need to let Sherman real quick.
It's 7.
Okay. It takes you a good couple of tries. Oh, hang on. I need to let Sherman out before he pees on the floor.
Yeah, racing the dog. Did you ever have that same panic when you hear your cat making that
Oh,
sound,
yeah.
and you're like,
Oh my God.
grab the closest tissue you can, get it under him.
I don't even bother anymore. Sal's just gonna do what he's gonna do.
Oh God, no! Buddy's done the.
I also
thing.
have a dog who will clean up after it for the most part.
Oh, no.
Ew.
It's nature.
That's life.
Ew. Ew.
But
That's
can the
called a
dog eat the
symbiotic
cat's
relationship.
food?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That's a
good.
mutually beneficial relationship right there.
It
So-
truly is. Like, circle of life.
It takes you a little bit more time. You manage to wrench the frame of this power armor out of the muddy cyst, and you pull it up onto the land, and you finally get a good look at it. And this is just a wreck. Like, don't mind that. The suit is water damaged. It's very rusty. The frame is caked in mud, and what's more, some of the armor is missing from the frame, and it's just bare and naked.
So there's just like a frame where some pieces should be?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
it's
like
been
a
torn
mounting
off
frame.
entirely?
It looks like the left arm and left leg, as well as the torso piece, are missing. But the
Like
helmet, the right leg, and the right arm are still intact.
Okay.
Is there a body inside?
Good question.
I would assume that there is.
You won't know until you open it up.
Great.
Well, I mean, we can see in through the left arm and right arm and left leg, right?
As you look inside, you see a blackened form.
It's like the century egg of people.
Ew.
And now you know his cool fucking backstory.
Hey, going out from a daddy mirelurk, not a bad way to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty badass.
And as you've successfully unearthed this quite interesting find from this muddy cyst, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Opa!
Woo!
We can drag this
Alright,
some bitch
Sherman.
back to back to
Aight.
Riverside and see what we can salvage.
Your door,
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna get another soda and heat up some soup.
Do it.
Yee.
I will also be right back.
I'm going to stretch my neck. Enjoy these sounds, chat. Probably won't hear anything. My trapezius muscles get very tight. This stretch helps. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's very good for me. I hope you're doing good, chat. Ah.
Gonna fix the music here real quick.
It's less creepy now.
Yeah.
Yes. Alvin in Power Armor will be so epic. Hope they can fix it. Maybe reverse engineer the missing parts from the opposite limbs. Even if we can't get the full frame working, if we can just like, if it can even just become something like the power loader from Aliens, like even that is some sick shit, you know? Like it doesn't need to be a full-on suit of power armor. It just needs to be an exoskeleton that enhances his power. Hell, anybody in power armor would be great. But I figure since Alvin's the other melee character, makes sense there. Apex is the only one that probably wouldn't wear it just out of principle. And even in the worst case scenario, something like that's probably worth a pretty penny. A a fair chunk of caps. At least its weight in caps. Just put it together with mirelurk bits, make a mirelurk met. Yeah, exactly. Just use a bunch of the pieces of shell to cover up the pieces that are missing. It's a project it takes some TLC to get working, but the first time that sucker boots up is going to be a triumph. Imagine how many soda bottles its weight in caps would come from. I'm assuming it weighs about 800 pounds. Not including whatever corpse is inside of it. / all the mud and gunk that's inside of it.
So give or take 100.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking like a fridge and a half worth of weight. Actually, a fridge, I think, is only like 300 to 400 pounds. On the bigger end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the thing that's the kind of shit I do in the gym is like, oh man, I wonder how, like, because like when I broke 300 pounds on a squat, I'm like, what weighs 300 pounds? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Huh, I could squat a gorilla.
One whole gorilla.
One whole full-grown gorilla. If it was very compliant and patient.
Watch you go to Cali one day or just be like, come train complacent gorillas.
Yes, come
Squat with them.
Come squat our gorillas.
Squat the gorilla, win a prize.
Just don't look him in the eyes. They see that as a challenge.
Like, I already knew the...
No, that's when he has to like squat you.
I already knew the milestone when I got my like leg press up to 500 pounds. It's like, that's a big show. I know that. That's one big show.
That's one whole big show.
I can leg press a big show. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab myself a beverage.
Man, I never thought of doing that actually. Just doing comparisons for weight while you're doing weight training. That's with the hard numbers and whatnot, but like, yeah, if he's just like, I could bench a gorilla. Oh, holy shit. You know what? A gorilla sounds a lot better than saying like 300. Can you imagine doing squat thrust and just being like, one gorilla and a banana, one gorilla, banana, and a rock?
2 bananas.
No, that's how you start. You go 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana. And then at 100, you go, a monkey!
Hello there.
Hello? How you doing?
Doing all right.
Well, cool. Oh man. Sorry, Chad. I'm pretty tired.
How are you doing, chat?
How are you guys?
Are you having delightful, rainy, cold, gray days?
Oh, is it still rainy where you are?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
We're
Lord.
we're having rain and cold. Well, cold for California anyway.
Mhm.
For basically the entire weekend.
Wow. How cold is it going to be?
When I say cold, it's like 50 something.
Oh, holy shit, though. That's Ohio weather, Cali.
Yeah, basically. It gets it's getting down into the 40s a little,
I'm back.
which is quite cold for California, but by
Yeah, I heard it
next
got.
week.
I heard it got rainy out there.
Yeah, it's raining the next 3 days, and it has been raining the last, I want to say, 2 weeks.
That must be a nice change of pace if it weren't for the fact that your guys just weren't ready for it all.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like flooding. I mean, thankfully, I live in an area where that's not happening, but I know that some people are like having to evacuate because mudslides are happening. Like it's
Mhm.
wild.
Yeah, because the soil in California isn't built for those.
Because it's been dry for so long. It's like,
Mhm.
what's happening?
Yeah, so all that silt just turns into slud and sluices off.
Yes, it does.
And that's
Yep.
it. That's the mudslide. You didn't think you're going to come out of the Unexpectables stream coming out smarter than you did coming in, did you?
And that's the tea.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice save. Nice burp.
Thank you.
We come together as a cohesive unit.
I
And I
made
already
it
got
real
to-
nice like that.
And I already got to drop some of my mirelurk knowledge during the game, so I don't have to drop it now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It is kind of funny that the king is actually not technically a mirelurk. It is an invasive species that comes in, kills the queen, and then takes over the other mirelurks as slaves.
That's screwy.
There are different types of king, too. There's one that's like a malformed snapping turtle, and the one that we just fought, which is more like murloc looking.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the nuka-lurks, which are mirelurks that are raised in Nuka-Cola.
That's crazy.
I thought you were gonna say they were radioactive, but that's even
mean,
better.
Well, everything's
They all are.
radioactive.
That's the future, baby.
There are also lobster mirelurks.
Oh yeah, the mirelurk hunters.
They're terrifying.
They spit acid.
We're
Scalding hot brine.
oh, like Elden Ring.
Basically, yeah.
Sick. So refresh your memory. Mirelurks derive from crawdads, right?
Horseshoe crabs actually. The
Horseshoe.
ones that look like crawdads are the hunter mirelurks.
Mm.
Horseshoe crabs. I have a video of those things fucking.
Oh,
I'm curious how that works.
I was at Cape Cod and I was on the beach and I like saw these two weird looking things. And it looked like one was on the other's back. And I was like, that's interesting. I've never seen this before. So I took a video and I posted it on Twitter and I'm like, found these two things on the beach, but I'm not sure what they are or what they're doing. And someone was just like, oh, those horseshoe crabs, they fucking. I was like,
They be fucking.
I was like, the wonders of nature. So I have a video of that. Yay.
Life finds a way.
I like to imagine it's just like the sounds of like you know the sounds that play whenever you're doing like the lockpicking minigame in Skyrim. I imagine it's a lot like that.
Just a lot of clicking.
A lot of clicking, tumblers turning. A slight drum roll whenever like you get the accent.
Tumblers turning.
Mhm.
That's the defense of the horseshoe crab. Like, you know, some like there's that one species, I think it's like the duck, that their uteruses are super complex, and that's why the male ducks have to have those weird ass penises. But no, horseshoe
yeah.
crabs, you have to go through several layers and unlock them before you can do the deed.
I forgot that female duck sexual organs are a labyrinth. I like to imagine there's always like one tiny little duck minotaur just walking around in there.
It's like he'll just snap it off.
You don't want to go down that path.
You have
That
you
has
encountered
the
the duck
duckator in it.
minotaur.
Behold the duckator.
Whack.
Can you survive my duck My Ducey Labyrinth.
Can you?
Oh, I hate that.
I'll take sentences I've never heard before for 300, Bob.
I hate that I just.
No,
came
I
up
heard
with
it in
that.
David Bowie's voice because you said Ducey Labyrinth, and I found the movie Labyrinth, and I went, "Why did you think that? Why did you?" Come on, me. Come on, me.
Mm,
Oh golly.
well, the soup is delicious regardless.
I got coconut water.
Look, all I'm saying is all I'm saying is that there's such thing as a duckator. We're all screwed. But then again, Gulf Pete, Missouri is a scary place.
In the wilds of Missouri, their call comes out through the woods.
I hope it sounds just like that. I hope for the new Fallout game, they get you and they have you do that exact sound.
Is that really the sound you guys want me to do? Yeah? I'm getting 900 a session, so okay.
Wow.
Rel.
Are we all back?
Indeed.
Right on. Ready to get back into it?
I can be.
Yes.
I apologize for eating, Austin.
Egg salad. Then let us continue. As you pull and drive and heave this power armor frame out of the mud, it settles with a thud on the ground.
Louise just kind of falls back on her butt with her legs splayed out, and she just like looks up at everyone like, I think I've peaked. I mean, that might be the height of my career right there.
It's incomplete and ravaged by nature.
Yeah,
Also, there might be something inside.
It definitely does look like there's a bunch of work need to be doing to it. I mean, just eyeballing it, it's missing the left arm, left leg, missing the chest. I mean, but the frame, if I do some deep cleaning, might go ahead and still be usable, or at least repairable. So, we got that going for us.
Apex is going to stick his arm in through the one of the open armholes and just kind of like feel around.
Louise
Hey,
kind
there
of
any
pouts.
dead dudes in here?
You feel around and you it's not a great sensation as you press into something sort of firm that just disintegrates underneath your touch.
Gross.
Human, I take it.
Once, maybe. Do I feel anything that feels like bone as I'm kind of rooting around in this gushy, once solid thing?
If you push hard enough, you do meet something a bit more firm than the rest of it.
Ew.
I wrap my hand around that and pull.
You pull and you hear whatever it is you've got creak and break underneath your grip.
No splorch?
Where's
Where's our splorch?
And you pull it out of the frame.
Assuming it gives.
You slide out what appears to be a bone.
Which kind?
Smarts?
Oh, good point. 7.
Maybe you've got a bit of femur in there.
Rude.
Yes, it was once human. Maybe. I mean, it's human-shaped.
Mm.
I don't think it's still alive.
No, that'd be stunning if it was.
So
Well,
we'll have to remove the occupant first. I
mean-
look around the suit. Does it have like a hatch in the back, like one of those like wheels that locks it in?
Yeah,
What model?
as you go around to the back of it and you heave it and flip it onto its front, you see there's sort of a caked on muddy appears to be some sort of, oh god, what is it even called?
Hatch?
It yeah, like a hatch, like something you would have to turn for it to open up.
Hopefully it's not too rusted. I don't want to break it. I turn it.
Give me a body roll, -1.
-1. Herk! 9.
9. You pull and wrench, and this old, rusty latch finally gives. And you turn it. And it seems like like something comes loose and it wants to give way, but the frame is so damaged and so caked in mud, it doesn't appear to want to work.
Well, it's unlatched at least.
That means there's either something just stuck in there causing a vacuum, or
It's rusted
one of the
shut.
parts, Steve. Yeah, exactly. Could be rust. We're not too sure. Wants to go ahead and get all the muck cleaned off, and I can go ahead and truly examine it for what it is. But holy shit! I'd never thought I'd actually see a piece of power armor that I could go ahead and potentially fix up for all of us.
Luckily, we're not too far from Riverside.
Telling you,
going
I'll
to-
look your way.
I'm gonna go see if I can find any chain or anything that will better secure it, because it will probably have to be dragged back.
Oh yeah, if we're dragging it, we're definitely gonna need some chain or something. Rope ain't gonna go ahead and cut it.
To clarify,
Oh, hey.
Connor. Oh, sorry. To clarify, Connor, this thing is too big to fit in the trunk.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Alvin. Hey, yeah, remember who hasn't played Fallout and doesn't really know the dimensions of this thing? Woohoo!
It's pretty big.
It might
big
as well
fungus
be a
fungus.
human-shaped car.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like if this thing were fully operational, it would be able to bench press the car pretty much.
Oh yeah, it dwarfs everybody here.
Sorry, I'm just picturing a Brotherhood of Steel robot suit now doing squats.
There are multiple warehouses around, right? In Earth City, I'm imagining.
I know.
Ooh, that is not the correct word. Probably should have brought this up before the stream started, but
It's all good. I was just gonna say I was gonna search kind of the immediate area to see if I could find any more either rope or chain or cable or something.
yeah. Searching around. Go ahead and roll me a wits to try and find something sturdy.
That's an 8.
Let's see. Let's see what you get here.
It's obviously not going to be perfect. It's going to take some doing to make it work, but I'll do my best to find something.
Yeah, you're looking around and you're sifting through debris, and you're probably checking any nearby cars to see if they've got anything that might possibly help in this instance. And let me see here. You could find a bit more rope. It's like good sturdy, like not hempen. It's like what is it? Like a polymer rope?
Nylon rope kind of shit.
Nylon rope. Yeah. You got about 10 feet of nylon rope.
I return with that. This can help at least. Might be able to get us to Riverside that way. If we use some of the mirelurk shells as a sled.
I was actually about to think about that for you, but I didn't really want to suggest it considering, you seem awfully fond of them.
I hold up the gauntlets. The mirelurk king shells that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have my prize.
All right, then I'll go ahead and use them as a good tool. It'll be in good hands with me.
Apex
That being
nods.
said, you're familiar with power armor, right? I've only seen them in catalogs and, what have you, Devoltech posters, what have y'all.
No,
I ain't never seen Brotherhood of Steel before I started pounding around with y'all. And I mean, back when I was with the Rat Raisers, I don't think we would have had much of a hell of a chance against somebody dabbed out in this.
I only really know what my uncle told me about it. I don't really know much about their operations or how they work.
Well, my question isn't really about the works or whatnot. That's my job as a mechanic to figure out how that thing. But I'm imagining these are kind of like Corvegas, right? You know how Corvega had a bunch of different lines? You got the Corvega Blitz, and you have different kinds of vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, did Power Armor have different brands, for lack of a better term?
They had different models for different generations and different types of jobs.
That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out here. If we could go ahead and find that, we can go ahead and find other parts, heaven willing, and we can go ahead and just bada bing, just substitute those parts out of other parts that we find around. And they'll probably be a lot lighter than carrying the whole thing with the frame, too. The fact that the frame is still nice is just, well, I won't know how nice, but the fact that it's together, nice.
I'm sure you and Boss Man can figure it out.
I'm going to need your help a little bit on this, too. At least so far it is. Do you know what kind of model this might be? It would give me a good standpoint.
That's a good question. Is there any chance that I would know?
I would say make a smarts roll -2.
-2, so...
Louise
probably
is just sitting, listening to them talk and looking so
-1.
pleased.
That is still an 8.
You've...
Rolled.
Okay. From what you've heard from the stories you were told, and from what you've seen from your brother's set of power armor,
My brother
This-
was wearing like much sleeker armor, right?
Yeah, that looked way different than what you
Like,
were
r-
told.
He was wearing like recon gear.
Yeah, and noticeably, now that you're thinking about that, whereas this practically towers over the rest of you, your brother's power armor wasn't much taller than a regular human. So that's even further indication of something strange there. But putting both of those things in the fore of your mind and thinking about it really hard, there's something about it that doesn't seem to match up with the stories that you've heard. Some things look slightly different. Other things...
Like it was modified or something?
Or that it wasn't Brotherhood.
More
Another
like
group that uses power armor.
more like that. It doesn't look like what was described as Brotherhood of Steel power armor.
Everything about this tells me that this isn't Brotherhood armor. Do I
Wait,
know
really?
anything about the enemies that they fought that might have it? I'm guessing with an 8. This is where I
Yeah.
end at that.
All you can tell is that this doesn't look like Brotherhood of Steel power armor.
I don't think this is Brotherhood issue.
Could it?
Only
Could it have-
people I've ever heard of who might even have power armor would be either Brotherhood or people who are real damn lucky to find it out there somewhere.
From what I understand, there are other tribes.
That's a good way to put it. Different players on the board.
That's,
all different people playing golf or what have you.
That's a lot of different kinds of power armor to be floating around.
Best case scenario, if this is a custom job, that means we can go ahead and repurpose it and kind of turn it into our own custom job.
Further custom it, you mean?
And if that's the way that works, I gotta thank whoever originally designed the power armor in the first place to be so modular. It's almost like it was
Cynthia.
designed to survive out in anywhere.
Cynthia, you served in the war.
Am I back
you
with
re-
the car yet?
I feel like
I
you've been there
assumed
with the
that I
car.
would
You,
be.
you helped us pull it out of the muck with the car, right?
Yeah, you've been there. You've been there with the car.
I wasn't totally sure.
You served in the war. Did anybody you served with wear anything like this?
Connor?
The answer is yes. This is quite a common sight, actually,
Okay.
Oh.
for soldiers during Anchorage and stuff leading up to the end of the world. Power armor was a pre-war thing, so yes.
Do I recognize anything about this model?
Make a smarts roll.
Okay. Let me double check what that stat is. Yep, that's what I thought. Where? 13.
Yo.
Just from the helmet alone, and all of your training and having certain things overheard or instructed to you, you've never worn or wielded any power armor, but you've seen this before, and you know the exact set that this is. That is at least the helmet of a set of T-51 power armor.
Oh. No, I think enough mud's come off of it now. Looks like a T-51. That's something from a long time ago.
Alvin just claps his hands and points at you. Just T-51. All right, T-51. All right. That's good then.
Well, I'm
If we
sure
could-
there's reading materials on it at this point, if it's been around that long.
Might be we could find something around Riverside to go ahead and help us out. Find out more about T-51s and maybe what they might look like. Oh my God, I'm excited. This is the entire power armor frame. Can you believe this shit? Oh, I've been wanting to look at one of these since I started working with Boss Man. You have no idea how excited I am for this.
Maybe we should go give him the good news. Unless
Well,
there's anything
let's-
else around here we need to take care of.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Not
right.
that I know of.
Above game, is this where we were supposed to gather wood, or is gathering wood just an anywhere sort of thing that we're supposed to do
Just-
for that old man?
Just an anywhere sort of thing. You could search for wood.
Louise is
He
enjoying.
needs straight up lumber, right? Like building wood.
Right.
Yeah, but that seems like something you can get anywhere.
Oh, you're talking about fella to go ahead and fix his railroad. I remember that.
Is that what it was for?
That's right.
Well, make his boat or something too.
Yeah, his boat. His boat was called Railroad. He needed 5 bundles of scrap, 15 planks of wood, and 32 nails. I remember
Oh.
that.
Could we find nails in this area?
You could swing a dead mole rat and find nails.
Who's the boss now, boss man?
I mean, I'm sure Riverside has nails.
And or scrap metal for the handcaster.
Well, you've got a freshly destroyed building, so I'm sure you could find some scrap metal in there.
Amazing. How much, though?
Roll me a wits, and we'll see.
I will gladly do so.
I will assist you because looking for scrap
12.
and whatnot is I am sitting right here looking pretty. Look at me.
Sure,
Look at me looking at your 12.
I can roll a base ass woods.
Oh, hell if it'll.
I got a 10.
I got a 9.
Amazing.
Bastion is going to start scraping poopy mud off of himself. He's getting ready to put his normal stuff back on.
So
The rest of
specifically
you-
looking for nails and scrap.
This will be one of the few opportunities, Apex, that you, in terms of grubbiness and stuff, look way better than a Louise does right now.
You're specifically looking for nails.
Nails and scrap.
Nails and scrap. I'll go ahead and say... You find 6 nails and 2 bundles of scrap. Basically 2 shots with a mag caster.
6, 2. Wait. How many?
6
Six.
nails, 2
Okay.
piles of scrap.
Which is how many shots?
2.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
And the rest of you are just looking for whatever you find as well?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I was just looking for nails and I guess whatever matches what we need to get for the old man if it's here.
In my head, this is going to play out around the same time I was looking for rope.
Right on. Alvin, you find some duct tape.
Oh, duct tape. Always loving this.
And
You never-
Louise,
You never know where you're at until you desperately need a roll of duct tape.
you find 4 handfuls of scrap metal, basically.
4 scrap metal. Where's my list? There it is. All right, so now I have 5.
Other than that, you'd be here for a while longer trying to root through the rubble and nearby stores just trying for nails or lumber or whatever you may be looking for. Which you certainly can do.
What time is it?
You guys set out like first thing in the morning to go do this, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and we've been here for a few hours.
Yeah, you've been here for
a majority of the time was spent digging out, like excavating all the shit after we blew this place up.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say it's a little bit past midday at this point. Maybe like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if you had to put it into real world numbers. So yes, with your new find unearthed and your other smaller finds safely tucked away in your inventories, what would you like to do?
I think we want to take the power armor back to Riverside, right?
Yep. We're using
Oh,
the
hell yeah.
shells as
Yep.
sleds and trying to get
Tying
that
it
power
to-
armor back however we can.
Probably
I'm-
looping it under one of the axles would be my best guess.
Probably.
Like looping the rope under the axles.
The best thing you'd want to do is not go ahead and loop it to the axles because that'll create a fracture point between the part, which will cause.
You know what? I'll let the actual mechanic say.
Oh, sorry. Man, I took a major for this. Anyway.
No, that's good. Let me know where we're supposed to attach it.
Yeah, so what you really want to do is you want to go ahead and mount it on a brace point in the frame. Brace point in the frames are normally 2 touch points, which are behind the back wheels, or the center point, which is behind the back of the bumper. Normally, you can tell that because there's a little hitch in the frame, but considering it's a Corvega Blitz, which is a fancy car, I'm going to say it might have a tow hitch. If it has a tow hitch, tie it up in there. If not, go ahead and brace it somewhere stable on the end. I should
right.
never play an artificer. I'll kill you all. I'll...
Let me. You're just gonna artifice explain everything. I just wanted to make a simple. I just wanted to make a simple wheel. I didn't need a 5-hour explanation of the finer points of it. Can I just roll?
You certainly may. You can use either wits or smarts to try and hitch this thing onto the Corvega.
If Apex can help by like slightly lifting the back end of the car, he will.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That will offer any advantage.
Sure, roll body.
Never mind, my back hurts.
Don't
That's a
worry,
6.
I'll save us.
Hold on, I will lift the car.
Oh, shit.
Ow! 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 Ah! Ah!
just like putting a gentle hand to Apex's back. Like it's okay, Alvin will get it. Yeah,
I didn't use my back enough.
you didn't. Yeah, you should have lifted from the not from your back.
Lift at the knees, not your back.
Yeah, that's it.
It'll help your throws when you fight too.
Alvin, you know exactly how to get this thing hitched to the Corvega with minimal damage to both it and the car. And you set it up on your sort of makeshift mirelurk shell sleds. That will brunt most of the grinding on the way back to Riverside. And with that, you've loaded up this power armor. And you're ready to take off.
All right.
Apex is sitting very stiff in the back seat.
So, Cynthia, do you want to figure out how to roll so Louise doesn't leave a permanent stain on your nice, clean car seats?
I'm gonna see. Don't we have those disguises
lay
in the
down a
trunk
towel.
still?
You do.
Oh,
you would.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Cynthia is 100% gonna like put the disguises down and be like, "Oh, we're washing these later, but you're sitting on them right now.
I'm not that bad.
Look at yourself."
Bastion will take his
yeah,
nice. Bastion will
front,
take his
yeah.
nice suit. Bastion will take his nice suit, not mine.
It's like, yeah, the front's pretty bad. She can't. She's craning her head. Like, wait, is the back really bad too?
You had some glop that was dripping off of your hair about like 10 minutes ago, but I didn't want to be rude.
She just pouts like a chastised puppy, and she's like, "Fine."
Don't
Sits
worry.
on the clothes.
I'll help you make a nest liner for him.
Okay. I like these clothes. I hope they're not ruined. I mean, I've done worse to them.
Well, you can shower later and figure that out.
Raises an eyebrow at the word shower.
Right. Bathe.
There you go. Ah, homeward bound.
And off we set.
All right. Is quite a bit of weight on the back there. I'm going to go ahead and say, Louise, go ahead and roll body or wits to navigate this car safely back to Riverside.
Oh, you mean
Me?
Cynthia?
Oh, right. Cynthia,
me?
yes.
Cynthia
It's
wins?
like, what do
We're
I?
s-
How do
we're
I have to
still-
do anything with it?
We're still doing it
6.
so far in.
Alrighty.
I could roll to help.
Could I go ahead and spot her by looking at the back out the rear view to go ahead and tell her which way to lean or whatnot, or whether to slow down so I can go ahead and readjust or something like that?
Let me see how
Maybe
severe
get
this
that
is
in.
first.
I
Oh
got you.
boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shiesties.
That's what I
Not
thought you were
the
going to do.
car.
Of course the car.
Mm.
As you're going across the road, you manage to hit a bump.
Oh boy.
And you were going just fast enough for the armor to lift up off the car briefly. And then
Oh no.
when you land on the ground, all of you hear a metallic crunch. And you look back and you now see a very large dent in the rear of the Corvega that is shaped slightly like a piece of T-51 power armor. The Corvega takes 2 damage.
Damn it.
Alvin, you think maybe that can be buffed out?
Oh yeah, anything's fixable. Alvin, knowing goddamn well he needs to pull the car off to the side of the road and take some hammers, take a mallet, take a plunger.
Just think, I was like, how much is Boss Man gonna kill us?
A lot. A lot, probably.
Well, ball's in your court, but I'd say if you see Riverside on the horizon and nothing dangerous happening around, I could go ahead and probably buff it out with some of the things we have. Or pull in real quiet like. Boss man.
Real quiet like.
All fixed up. We really are just a living It's Always Sunny episode in the apocalypse.
I mean,
love
we're
it.
also going to be creating a divot in the road with where this thing's being dragged.
Oh,
Which will help us later.
Yeah.
Today's mistake, tomorrow's solution. That's science, baby.
Indeed.
It's brisk, baby.
Roll me another check for driving, Cynthia. As you're now crossing the bridge to
9.
Riverside.
9.
Right, we didn't take out the bridge.
Most definitely. You managed to make it all the way back to Riverside, dragging the power armor frame behind you, but as you do, suddenly the sort of dull scraping of the mirelurk shell gives way to a very raucous and metallic screeching as the frame gives off sparks as you drag it the rest of the way into Riverside.
Hooray!
Well, there went the Miler shell. Your sacrifice was not in vain, Miler.
It's okay, we got a few.
And you pull back into Riverside. God-awful noise following you as you park back into the... or you're going to go off on the side of the road and try and fix it up before Boss Man saw, right? Is that what you're doing?
Right. That's what I'm going to try to do real quick.
All right.
Yeah, that'll
See
happen.
if you can buff this out. Wait, So you've got a dent. What tools are you going to utilize to try and get this dent?
All right, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just quick deleting. No, I'm quick deleting all the jobs I had where I had to pop out stupid vents of my real brain. What would Alvin have on him? That's what I'm thinking right now. Rubber mallet for hard metals, not the denim. Probably have a hard mallet to go ahead and bust up stones and shit. We're going ahead and look around for stuff. Yeah, honestly, I think the rubber mallet plunger idea would probably work. Have you ever done this before at home? You can actually try this at your house, everybody watching too. So what you do if you got a dent, right? What you do is you'll pop out the back panel. And then what you do is you go ahead and bump that as you go ahead. And if it's a shallow dent, you pop in the plunger, wrap it around the dent, pull up. The suction goes ahead and pulls it out, presses it back into place. Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay.
However, it's a little bit heavier, like, say, a man-shaped piece of power armor, that puts a damper in something. What you do then is you take the rubber mallet, go ahead and pound out the dent from the back end, and then that would go ahead and create kind of like a bubble effect. But here's the neat part. You can use the round part of the mallet, rub it back and forth on the end that you hammered out. You can actually go ahead and buff out those dents from behind. It takes a while, takes some man work, and really made me feel like my left arm did not exist. But it does work.
All right. So go ahead and roll me smarts.
Yes! Brain! 11!
Woo!
You manage to take your rubber mallet and you hammer out the face-shaped dent. And all that's left are a few scratches on the paint of the Corvega, but most of the obvious damage is at the very least cosmetically fixed.
That makes sense. When you guys do this at home, it will work on a couple different cars. Mostly work on like aluminum, stuff like that. It's not going to be 100% a fix. It's not going to make it look like it came right out of AutoZone. Think of your car panel like a piece of paper. If it crumples, it's never going to be uncrumpled again. So there's going to be some bumps, some dips, some stippling, and there's going to be some scratches and whatnot. But if it looks in roughly the same shape, that's just wear and tear then.
It just needs to look good enough for Boss Man to not notice.
Exactly.
And you...
Who the fuck did that? Yeah, that... God,
you
that'd be
pull
my
in...
father.
You pull in, dragging the power armor behind you, and the sound definitely alerts a few people.
Uh,
And now that you're off the road...
Hi.
Oh, there's a giant sparking man on the back of the car.
Apex, like, once everybody's just looking, Apex just holds the head of the Mirelurk King out of the car.
You see Boss Man shuffling out of the machinist shop, and he goes, "What's all this racket? What?" And he pauses and he looks first at the Mirelurk King's head. He starts back and then he looks at the power armor and he leans in. What the?
I'll
found
pop my
it. It
head
was
out
all
of the
me.
window. Hey, take a look at what we found.
And
He-
we fixed your Mirelurk problem.
Hmm.
The Mirelurk problem in Nerf City is a thing in the past now. And the big boy whose head Apex is carrying around on Naslack, he was stowing away mostly compact sets of T-51 power armor.
T-51 power armor. You don't say.
I mean, he's missing like his left arm, his left leg, his chest, and whatnot. And yeah, he looks like he just crossed the backside of a Deathclaw's bowel system. But I'm sure if we clean it up and whatnot,
There
might be
also
fit to
may
print.
there also may still be someone inside, so fair warning.
Ugh.
Parts of him, anyway.
We found him in the. Now we found him in the Mirelurk King nest.
I see.
I expected the armor. I did not expect
The arm.
a stowaway.
Shoots a look at Alvin when he says "we," but it's not like venomous or anything. She's just like, it's like, don't take this credit away from me.
And you want to know who was the golden star of finding this T-51 power armor?
Big grin. Me.
Well, that's a hell of a find.
Yeah.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Let's see if we can get it fixed
I do-
up for you.
It was a joint effort by everybody. Let's
I
go.
do
ahead
wonder
and
if it
get
all goes
rolling.
downhill from here.
And Bossman will help you more safely transport the power armor frame back, and he'll sort of he'll grab like what might have been used to like hang up an engine block at one point, now
one of them. I get ya.
repurposed to hoist up this power armor.
Well,
My,
sure
my.
looks like
Looks like you boys got your work cut out for you.
she's a grim sight for sure.
I can't
Looks
rightly
like-
say I've ever worked on any power armor before, but this will be a learning experience.
First time for everything.
You got the first car. You got the first car in this city to run. I mean, if the Brotherhood of Steel could figure out how to make this stuff work, I'm sure you can.
Heck, I was thinking about it kind of like before I knew what the T-51 was, I was treating the power armor like I was treating the Corvega. Like, you know how there's different brands of cars and whatnot. So I was thinking there would be different brands of power armor. Turns out I was right. Cynthia knew the mark of it. And that's a T-51 right there.
I'm somewhat familiar. This was made right as the war was starting. The first one, not the big one.
Oh, I get you. The way I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you think we might be able to find, if we can't find the parts themselves, would it be possible to reproduce the parts if we had a picture or something?
Reproduce the parts? I don't know about that one. From what I hear, T-51 power armor in general's pretty specific formula for how the armor is made. I think you'd probably end up needing to find whatever armor piece you need for this. Probably off of another piece of power armor, but they're a rare enough find as it is.
So
What
it
about-
is like the Corvega, like how we need to find the transmission part to get that working. We just need to find the parts for this T-51 and bada bing.
What about the armor plating itself? Just the sheets of metal that need to be warped and wrapped.
Let me think. He strokes his chin and scratches the back of his head. Well, from what I remember, the T-51 uses a polylaminate composite that shields from radiation. That's not something I can make. If we had some If we had some pure steel, then maybe.
Can we reproduce pure steel around here, or would I have to go out and find some?
I think you might have to go out and find some.
Pure steel. Well, that sounds a lot different from the kind of steel and whatnot you and me normally look out for. Pure steel. Where did you even find such a... I suppose it might be in one of the books that I have. Or if not that, maybe there might be a book around here in Riverside that might help us out.
Well, I guess we'll just have to keep an eye out for it.
Well, we've come across rarer things. I'm sure it can't be that much of a problem.
Sounds right.
Maybe. Yeah, there was plenty of iron and steel companies back in the day. I'm sure you can find some out there.
It'll be just a matter of time just going ahead and looking through them. Do you happen to know any big steel companies you should go ahead and work out here in St. Louis, boss man?
Let me
That'd be a
think.
good starting point.
Ooh, very nice. You know, back before the war, I think a little bit past where you all were, I think I remember hearing about the Alpha Steel Company. A little bit past Earth City.
Louise will step up with her Pip Boy. Can you give me a point out on that?
And he'll look over your Pip Boy and... Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah. Yes, fill in the void.
Fill in the darkness.
Show us.
I will
Show
fill in the
us.
darkness. Don't worry, it's coming.
Oh Lord.
Oh, it's coming.
These squares are my stairs. Squares. Fill in the squares. Squares. Call squares.
Oh God, it's moving.
Oh yeah. After the bombs fell, Alpha Steel is sentient and walks around St. Louis.
Just like the fucking...
God, it's Owl's
this-
moving castle.
the
Like
cities in that one movie. I forget what it
Like-
is.
I was thinking like the Gilgamesh fight from Devil May Cry.
Oh my god. Yeah, let me just go ahead and... whoop. What the fuck was that? There we go. Right down there, let me zoom in so the stream can see it. Alpha Steel Company.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that's not far at all. All right, then. Louise will sort of straighten herself and give a thank you nod to Boss Man and be like, I would stay a little longer, but I'm starting to dry, and that's actually not a pleasant feeling considering. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go talk to the lady in the clothes shop.
Same.
All right, well...
I'm gonna stop Louise before she scares the absolute devil out of out of our dear friend down at the clothing store before she thinks that like mudmen are real or something.
After I've already left.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think Nicole could go ahead and I don't think Nicole could take the trauma seeing the mud man just go ahead and walk on through.
Yeah, she might not appreciate it if you're dirty and wandering around through cloths and fabrics and whatnot.
I'll stay near the entrance.
Louise, I'm going to show you my favorite washing spot. You come around.
Well, that's the thing. Louise suddenly looks slightly embarrassed. Like, I was sort of hoping I could get 2 favors out of her. One, having her take care of these, and the other, giving me something so I can go to said river without, inciting the locals.
I'll tell you what. You see how this is, like, kind of dirty because you sat on it? This won't take too much for problem to clean. I'll turn it inside out. Bada bing, bada boom.
Are you
wash
giving me
off.
a couch cushion covering?
No, what you sat on in the Corvega, Louise.
I sat on. I don't
Saints alive.
I need a towel of some kind. I don't know if like just clothes are gonna cut it.
Oh yeah, I just air dry, but yeah, yeah, towels. Ladies need towels, don't they? Give me a second. I'm gonna find a large shop rag.
A large shop rag?
Yep, a largest shop rag from my room.
All right, you're given Louise. You're given sort of a cloth number that might be a little bit bigger than an average wash rag.
I could
Bigger
find
than
more.
a wash rag? How big are we talking then? That doesn't sound much better than a towel.
It's a lot smaller than a towel.
Yeesh.
It is, yes. You'll be able to cover one spot with that.
Choose wisely.
How am I supposed to get to the river with something that's not even the size of a decent towel?
Welcome to the apocalypse.
2 wash racks.
Oh, Oh, to hell with it. I got a spare jumpsuit. Give me a minute, don't I? Spare speed suit somewhere around here or something or whatnot.
Louise finally just shrugs and be like, I'll be at the river. Come bring it so I have something to change into.
Oh, wait, you can use my other disguise. That can kind of be used as a towel. I don't care how gussied up it gets. I'll just wash it up
She's
anyway.
already gone.
I'm thinking of ideas.
She will stay clothed until she gets to the river.
I might have seen a towel maybe 4 times in my existence.
She's gone.
Oh, come on, Louise. It's not exactly a high-maintenance item.
You're shouting. She just hears this sort of like Charlie Brown-esque in the distance.
Oh, Cynthia, I'm just going to catch up with her. All right.
Remind me, is there a tree next to this river that like I can sort of just hide behind as I get my crap off and then jump in all covert like Mulan?
Sure.
Yes, Louise will dump her clothes by that tree and just jump into the river, and she will get as much of this muck off as she can.
The clean-ish moving water is it's good enough to get most of the grime and dirt off of you and mirelurk gunk and whatnot.
I will actually like kind of covertly clamber onto the bank, grab my clothes, and come back, see if I can do anything on my own in this river with my clothes. Like, just try to do some of the work.
Yeah. You're working in the river. And do you take your Pip-Boy off?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I actually don't know. Are those things waterproof?
They are.
They are.
Oh, I guess she would have known that then, so maybe she will just have it with her.
Okay. Yeah. As you're sort of in this body of water and then washing yourself off. You hear the telltale clickety clackities.
What? Something's radioactive?
Yeah, the water.
Wait, why is the water radioactive?
All
wasn't
water's
before.
radio.
We're in a radioactive wasteland.
But Alvin and Apex did it. They didn't go radioactive.
They
Have I
didn't
just
have a
been a
Pip-Boy to
radiated?
tell
They
them
didn't
it
have
was.
Yeah, they didn't have a
It's-
Pip-Boy to tell them it was.
It wasn't enough to damage us at the very least.
Yeah.
Oh, so I know it's okay. I'm just like, oh shit.
You're
Yeah.
taking in background radiation, and it's not enough to move your radiation meter yet. But
Just don't don't soak just don't soak there for like an hour and a half.
After the bombs fell, the terms of jacuzzi or I'm gonna have a soak went to the wayside.
pretty
the
much everything you do in the wasteland will accrue radiation eventually. Even eating.
Well, Louise was gonna have to wait in the water until Alvin came and brought her clothes. So, I mean, she'll toss her as soon as she can clean as much as she can.
Oh,
out of her
if you're
regular
thinking
clothes.
you're gonna go ahead and get like a point of rad poisoning in like 5 minutes, let me assure you that is not.
Yeah, you're not
Okay,
gonna
okay.
you're not gonna die, but you might be taking a rung on your radiation meter, which I haven't used in forever.
Well, I guess Louise will, regardless, then do what she can, and she'll sort of hide near the tree, out of sight, and sit and dry, I suppose, until clothes come.
There we go. I'm
She'll hear your
walking
voice.
toward the river with my eyes closed.
She'll sort of wave her hand out from behind the tree, like, "Yeah, I'm over here. Just toss him."
Oh, sweet. All right. And here you go. Here's your change.
Thank you kindly. I'm assuming this jumpsuit is like way baggy on her.
Yeah, it's definitely not sized for you, but you know, it's clothes, so it works.
Well, I mean, yeah, at least she's covered. She comes out with this like, ooh, breezy.
I left you a belt as a cinch.
Oh, yeah, probably. She'll get that together. She'll grab her clothes. Well, I did my best. We'll see if your friend at the store can do better.
I'm sure. All right, let's come along.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. Where's if she sees Apex, like, hey Apex, did you say something about wanting to go to the clothes store too?
Nods.
Yeah.
He probably I'm not sure he would have been patient enough to wait for somebody to take a bath.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I can say we'll meet you there.
No, I just think, like, I just thought the entire situation, just Apex was like, yes, I will wait. He's just already at the store.
He has his own negotiations to make.
And now we get to see the negotiations of the Apex.
And what would Cynthia be doing in this time as well?
Probably sticking around to help clean up the power armor.
Okay.
I don't know that she'd have a lot to manage in this time.
Fair enough.
We have mirelurk meat that we can sell and stuff.
I was gonna say she'll probably give Dave the mirelurk meat and be like, give him some guidance as to where he could take it to have it be useful.
I
Is he
mean,
a shrewd negotiator.
we can eat it. Or
Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't necessarily have to be sold. Of like, you can go sell it, or you could, take it to. I'm sure we have a kitchen somewhere to cook it, and some meager instructions of how to make that work.
Yeah, he can cook your mirelurk meat at least so it doesn't go bad as quickly.
Yeah.
All right, so he's on cooking duty.
Yep. And Cynthia is cleaning out the remains of this human from the power armor.
Okay. Yeah, Bossman will load a fusion core into the into this sort of wheel latch. And with Apex's effort from earlier, the suit sort of powers on, and the back flaps sort of barely open with a bit of a groan, and the bloated, long dead mass wearing a U.S. Army uniform
Whoa.
flops out with a sickening splat.
He's been there a hot minute.
He's been there for well over 200 years.
And he's missing both his femurs.
Oh.
Well, he had one until recently.
He had one, yes. That one got discarded by the Apex. The other one was ripped off with the power armor arm, I'm imagining.
Called the Apex, not the deboner.
The deboner.
With the occupant now fully out of the suit, cleaning proper can finally begin.
Yeah. Just to do it, inspecting for anything that would have been left behind by this soldier.
Soldier?
Or you said U.S. Army uniform, right?
Yes, he's wearing a U.S. Army uniform that is blackened and faded over time just from wear and tear, being underwater. Your background is the only reason why you would even recognize it as such.
Oh, gotcha.
If you're trying to see if he's got anything on him, well, wits roll.
Yeah, just not that I'm like searching wholeheartedly, but just we're pulling things out, and I don't know if we come across anything.
Gotcha.
A 9.
A 9. Let's see. What would you get out of a 9?
Great question.
You see something shiny in the underneath the collar area. And as you pull it out, you see what appears to be a rusted set of dog tags.
Oh, I knew that's what it was going to be. Can I make out anything that's on the front of it, or is it too rusted out?
You sort of wipe away the mud and grime. And you note that it was it belonged to a captain.
Oh wow.
One Zachary Askley.
Well, this brings back some memories. Ones that I'd sooner forget, but well, guess he's still helping us with the good fight even now. Kind of shows the tags to Boss Man.
Yeah, that's a shame. You didn't know him, did you?
No. Couldn't know everyone in the army. And I don't think, I was working around these parts at the time. But, any chance we're gonna get this thing up and running again?
Well, there's always a chance we can get it up and running, but I've never worked with anything like this before. It might take some doing, and I might need some tools that I don't have. But, well, if we do get it up and running, who's to say who could even use this?
I
Drop the
didn't
screw.
use them, but sorry.
Nope, that was me. Yep.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out in time.
Of course, yeah.
Can't be that different from driving, right?
Well, maybe. I've never piloted one myself. I've seen him. Seen him around.
Oh, I've seen plenty of them. Just
I bet you
never
have.
driven one, so to speak.
Makes sense.
First time for everything, though, right?
Yeah. First time for everything. Glad I lived long enough to see this.
Me too, I guess.
Well,
What should we do with Mr. Zachary here?
well, ain't much left of him. I suppose
there-
we could
Place to bury him proper?
probably find somewhere to bury him, yeah. Might
well.
need a shovel, scoop him up with. Doesn't look like most of them would survive a lengthy trip.
No, not really.
Maybe we'll bury him out by the river.
Sounds about right. Well, we'll finish clearing this thing out and find him a spot to stay.
Yeah. Well, let's get to it.
Sounds good to me.
And you will spend the afternoon cleaning and trying to fix up this power armor frame with Boss Man. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang are off at the at Nicole's clothing store.
Yeah, I assume when Alvin and I walk in, Apex is already like in deep conversation with this lady.
He would have entered long before that, opened the door, just standing there, breeze blowing in behind him, traditional JoJo dread just draped around him.
Ugh, what smells like fish? Ugh.
I walk in, I put the two wrists, the two forearms of the Mirelurk King on the table, slap. And then I hold out my arms. I want them made into bracers.
She opens her mouth and then closes it, squints, opens her mouth again, closes it again, looks at you.
Blink, blink.
Another custom job.
Nods.
And I see you've brought your own materials.
Nods.
Okay. Let me think for a moment. She sort of like her eyes dart over the sort of pinkish red membrane and the tough scales. And she'll just...
My thought was you could make an incision along the long part of the membrane here, and then add some notches where you could add a lacing where it could be laced and tied tight around my wrists. Like a shoe.
Like a shoe.
Like a shoe. Or a boot.
I see.
I hold out my arms. Do you need measurements?
Yeah, I think I will. All right. let's see. And she'll pull out an old cloth tape measure and take your measurements, and she'll set out some material, some leather, and she'll set everything aside. This might take a while. And also, it's going to cost you
How much?
65 caps.
The Apex nods. He starts reaching into his fanny pack.
Okay.
To do 65 caps.
Good night.
Bless you. You sound like you sneezed and also ascended.
Let us know when Louise and Alvin get there.
Rapture
Yeah.
sneeze.
You probably get there while I'm counting out caps and she's taking measurement.
You walk in as Apex is sort of sorting through his caps, trying to see if he's got enough. He looks up. Oh! Hello.
Hey. Oh, hey, Apex.
Hello.
You get your stuff sorted?
I'm counting money.
Nah.
Oh, well,
Suppose I should get used to this sort of thing.
Yes.
You're lucky. This one here talked me out of coming earlier, and maybe, well, anyway. I wondered if you'd do cleaning.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do cleaning.
Good. Puts her clothes down with a wet thunk.
We tried
Oh.
to pre-wash him in the river, but
I see.
Yeah, I did. I did my best, but
Okay,
they
well,
have-
and she'll grab your clothes that are soaked, and she'll hop them back to the back area.
The Apex counts out
no.
65 caps and sets them on the table, like, loosely.
Oh, is that the sound of caps?
Yes. 65 of them.
All right, I trust you.
What am I looking at for mine?
For you, it'll be 5 caps just for cleaning.
Thank you kindly. Kind of feel weird and naked without my own clothes, you know?
Yeah, well, sort of why I opened this shop.
Apex, you want us to hang with you, or we'll just go back head with Cynthia? What do you think?
I just need my measurements taken, and then the work will begin.
Yep. Wanted to make
y'all a big fan of Nicole's work, ain't you, Apex?
Mm-hmm. She did good on my abs. The scorpion.
Yeah. Wanted to make nice, just survivable clothes for people. Ended up making fish wrist shoes.
They have saved my life. They are very survivable.
She pauses and looks at you and sort of lets out a hefty sigh. Well, I mean, I guess that's what they're meant to do.
Your work is high quality. I would not have come here otherwise.
Oh.
This
I
must
know.
be a weird feeling for her.
Shucks, okay. She scoops the pile of caps into her arm and she carries them into a back area. I'll have your clothes cleaned.
When she's out of the room. Also, Frontenac Plaza is really far away, and I'm still not sure if we're allowed back there.
Yeah,
that?
I still think they want. Oh no! But we're just talking about the fronts of some places we're gonna go ahead and be looking at later on.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
We'll get there, Apex.
Yeah, don't you worry none. Everything's gonna be set right. That's what we do. That's what I do as an engineer, you know.
Yeah, I'll have your clothes cleaned in a couple of, maybe about 15 minutes here. Apex, probably gonna be a bit longer. Maybe like
20 minutes.
maybe come see me tomorrow.
Oh,
That's all
Yeah,
right. We can
okay.
hang around here for today. And sort of does a little arm stretched motion with the baggy clothes. I can survive in these for a while.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Also, is there a head of security around here to talk to about this? And I hold up the mirelurk head.
Ah,
Apex, you gotta warn people about that.
Why?
Oh,
you don't want that made into like a mask, do you? I think that might be like my limit.
I already have a mask.
So I see.
This was simply to prove that we took care of a job and possibly receive accolades or payment.
Maria, maybe?
Maybe was there a job to get rid of mirelurks?
buff game. I
Blink,
think
blink,
that was just the old
blink,
man
blink.
asking us that, right?
That was the old man asking you to do that.
Was.
I think we just show it to him, I
At the
guess.
same time, we did just take care of an infestation of things that could have caused a problem for Riverside.
Well, I guess you can show it to Maria and see if she wants to give us something. It doesn't hurt to try.
She thinks, well, we don't have a head of security per se. Talk to Maria, maybe?
Sounds fair enough. Sounds
And
fair
I
enough.
will return tomorrow for the bracers.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you for your business.
Well, thanks for taking care of my stuff too.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess we just go back and see Cynthia for now until I guess I can get my stuff pretty soon.
We could probably just hang around here until your clothes are done. Maybe you just grab something at Picasso's or something.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I'll still pop by over to Cynthia and let her know, and then coffee sounds great. You
Yeah,
and
let's go
Apex
ahead.
want anything? Or are you gonna come with?
Oh hell, I'll come with. I need to stretch my legs anyway.
Yeah.
I took down a mirelurk just bearing down on me, and I threw him like a tent pole.
Yeah.
I sure do got the shivers. You know, I do need a nice cup of coffee to go ahead and charge me up after that.
Apex, you coming?
Sure. But I don't think I should drink any more of the coffee. It made me
Well,
spinny.
We're not gonna give you a venti again. We'll get you we'll get you that whipped cream thing again. You like that?
I do.
Oh my god. Apex drinks pup cups?
Yes, Apex drinks the puppuccinos.
Oh, that's right. You weren't.
Amazing.
That was the episode you were gone, and we just saw your body. Yeah, we got him a pup cup.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah.
spewed it into Dave's face when he's yelling at him. Allegedly.
That tracks a lot.
Yeah, we'll just pop back over to Cynthia real quick and pop her head in. Hey, how's it going?
Fine. Found a dead captain inside from wartime.
We're gonna head over and get some coffee if Dave or Boss Man wants something, or if
Did he
you want
have a-
something just to taste, Cynthia.
Cynthia blinks, forgetting for a moment that, like, it is quite normal for corpses to just be around.
Did he have a cool hat?
No.
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 He didn't. Enjoy your coffee. I'm just gonna help Boss Man clean this up and see how functional it is.
If
Oh,
you're
she
bringing
just sort
stuff
of like-
back, I'll take one.
Sure got you, Dave. Oh, hey, check it out. She sort of shows Cynthia the Alvin's jumpsuit. That'll fit it out.
Oh, wearing each other's clothes now?
Yeah, I look good in this stuff, don't I?
You do. You should be wearing more of it.
I mean, again, totally not getting the gist. Just looks to Alvin and it's like, I don't know, what do you think?
Honestly, I think it looks pretty nice. We can go ahead and cinch up your arms and whatnot if you need to do detail work or whatnot. Can't
Yeah.
have loose clothes around moving vehicle parts. That's a big
Cynthia
problem.
pinches the bridge of her nose, like, oh my god, they're
I mean,
dumb.
I guess my vault clothes are pretty unisex or whatever, but I
Go
don't
get
know,
your
I'm pretty
coffee
small
before
compared
I
to you.
slap you both.
I've never really worn a Vault Tech suit ever before. Is it anything like this? It looks kind of like this.
I'd say a little bit less, uniform is the word, as I walk away. Just like
Apex
Besides-
Apex
Besides,
just
she said- Oh, you go.
he just mumbles, "It is a few sizes too big."
yeah, but it's breezy. Kinda like all the movement.
I don't know what she meant by me wearing your clothes though. I feel like I just go ahead and just but I just bust out of your shirt like no one's business.
Oh no, yeah, my stuff wouldn't work, but if we got you one your size, I mean, as they walk away, and Cynthia's just probably being like, "What the hell?"
And as you walk to the coffee shop to spend likely the rest of your day relaxing, waiting for your clothes to be done, and getting some new armor for the Apex. That's where we're going to end the session for this week.
Opa!
Wahoo!
Goodbye, Austin.
Bye, Austin.
Goodbye,
Austin.
Austin. Auf Wiedersehen, Austin. Very well, Austin.
46.
Oh, 46.
One more episode.
Wow.
One more episode, and we'll be tied with the Prince division for
Wow.
the Saturday show.
Holy
No way.
I know you're just
shnikes.
vibrating with excitement to like hit episode 50 with this.
I can't believe next one's the finale. It
Wow.
Crazy.
just snuck up on us.
It's just gonna be Monty just being like, oh yes, I'm DMing this one. It's gonna be a finale. Where's Connor? Oh, Connor's sick. You just hear Connor go.
Oh my god.
Help me! She's got me tied up!
We'll just pop on and be like Monty being like, "Okay, guys, ready for Gateway?" You
Oh.
you sound different, Connor.
What? No.
I just be sitting there. But is the gateway ready for the Apex?
Oh boy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll have to find out next
that-
time.
That would be so funny if for
April Fools
for like April Fools and like
God.
everybody
Monty's
else
DMing.
is just doing everybody's role. No, like okay, so like Monty's the DM, like Bosco's Apex.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm going
whoa.
to point out
You-
point out April Fools does fall on Saturday.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Oh dear
Oh
God.
shit, that'd be great.
Oh
Can
no.
I
Oh
once
no.
again forge ideas of humor
Oh no.
in my crucible of comedy?
Well, we'll see when we get there.
I was like, no way it actually falls on Saturday. Shit, it does.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
Y'all, I'm kind of balling today on the genius aspect.
All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and go around the horn and tell people where they can find you. Caitlin, I know you're cooking some stuff tomorrow.
I am. I believe we are still on lasagna right now. So I think around 2 p.m. I will be starting up to make, and that may change by morning, but I have a feeling lasagna is going to win it. It's got a pretty solid lead right now.
The lasagna arc.
The lasagna arc, yes. So join me tomorrow for a rainy day chill lasagna making stream at 2 p.m. over at twitch.tv/boobsmcballrog with zeros instead of O's.
I'm so happy you're doing a cooking stream. That's so nice.
I haven't done one in a while. There are regular requests for me to do them, so it is high
Oh,
time
man.
that I return.
If I get a bigger kitchen, that's going to be my first thing. That's why I stopped doing them. I almost dropped my laptop into a fryer. So.
Oh no.
That would have been bad.
Yep.
That would have been bad.
Delicious and bad.
I turned it into a funny gag, and in the back of my head, I was like, I was almost $2,000.
Oh gosh. But yes, that's gonna be it for me.
Alrighty. Rabbit, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hi, how you doing? My name's Rabbit. I am a writer, comedian, and currently designer of the funniest thing we're definitely doing on April Fools. You can find me on such wonderful places as Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as Hey Mr. Rabbit. I'm a variety streamer by trade. I play all kinds of fun little video games, but my favorite games to play are RPGs and horror games. So if that sounds like anything you want to do or you want to go ahead and be with, I stream pretty much, like I said, all throughout the week. Go to twitch.tv/HeyMrRabbit and go ahead and just come for all of your humor needs. And if you want air fryer tips, got you, homie. Ding! That was me. I winked, but you couldn't see it, so I did the ding as a verbal, as an audio identifier for you to know that I. Other things that happen on my channel are not too much. I do like Monday play RuneScape with people. But if you like horror games, I definitely come Thursday. That's when I play horror games with Sarah. We play all kinds of fun stuff. It's gonna be great, fun on a bun, one would say. That's me at Hey Mr. Rabbit. Looking forward to your visit.
Right on. Laney Vitor, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Moi. Well, you can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Currently on Twitch, I've been playing through all the Mario. I just earlier today finished off Mario Odyssey, so that means I'm on to the last game that I can get to chronologically, which will be Mario Bowser's Fury. So join in tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time. I'll be kicking that off. Other than that, if you're not all role-played out over here, tune in on Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time for The Ties That Bind. The Connolly family has helped reestablish Silver Rock as a stable civilization in the world of Marmaria. And now it's time to see how that diplomacy is played out after a time skip. So jump in as we head into what is essentially the last chapter of the Ties That Bind saga. And, yeah, should be a fun time. That's me.
Right on. And Sarah, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
I'm on Twitter and YouTube at Sarah with an HM with an Willia. I mean, I already did my chilling. I don't have much more to talk about. It's just like, yeah, we're going to play spoop games on Thursday, and we'll see you again. And I'll be back doing the D&D on next Friday with Burnout Vaughn and Blue
Kazenate.
And JC Doodles and Miss Tweetums next Friday after that. And then we'll be back with you on Saturday, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and youtube.com/distortiondevil, where I am going to sneeze.
I believe you.
Nice.
I really thought you were
Bless you.
just gonna yell bullshit.
Yeah, I thought you just sneezed.
That's
bullshit.
really what it sounded like, and I was like, "Wow, okay."
Yes, I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Tomorrow, going to be cracking into the original Deus Ex, what some people might rightfully consider to be one of the best games of all time.
It's pretty fantastic.
Certainly one of the best role-playing games of all time. Yes.
It's one of my favorite cyberpunk worlds, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so good. It wears its entire heart and inspiration on its sleeve.
I can't believe the same company made Daikatana.
Oh yeah, like you know how there's like 20 sides to a D20.
Sherman's barking.
But there's
Hang
that
on.
one side. Oh, okay.
A barkeep.
Hold the dog.
Keep vamping.
Hold for dog.
Oh, okay. I'll keep vamping. I am so good at this. You have no idea. So you know how a D20 has like 20 dice, but there's one side you don't want.
Nope.
That one side, that's Daikatan.
Oh.
John Romero's gonna make you his bitch.
Look, I felt offended when I saw that article, and I just was a kid who read GamePro. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this asshole gonna make me his bitch?
It's a game I never bothered with. I was too young, first of all, like when it came out, so I didn't really give a shit.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't play Daikatana until like I think 4 or 5 years ago. I never played when it came out.
Makes sense.
I'll tell you what though, it was not great.
You know what? I couldn't imagine it would be.
But it's one of those things where you're like, you ever see like, you ever hear of somebody go like, man, this is really terrible, but you're just like, how terrible is it? It can't be that terrible because your notion has like yes.
It is significantly harder to rush when you've got a bum foot.
Oh no.
Yes. But
Just
yeah.
roll.
I'll be playing the opposite of Daikatana. Did you say just roll?
Yeah, I said just roll.
It registered it like a couple seconds after.
Yeah,
Just
just
somersaulting through my living room.
yeah. That's all you gotta do.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That's all I've really got for now. And as always, this episode was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
What?
Die Hard dies!
That's right.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I was lying in wait like a jaguar.
If you head on over to
Wow.
dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order when you shop for dice and dice accessories at dieharddice.com.
Nice.
There's so many savings to be had at this website.
And viewers like you, such as Protoss103. Thank you for the 5 bits. I've spent 34,000 channel points for Sexy Dave. He'll save the day.
Yeah, Dave. Dave Sweep.
Sexy Dave!
Hashtag Dave Sweep.
Hashtag Dave Sweep.
Hashtag Dave Sweep.
Stellar Coyote, thank you for the 100 bits. We need art of Dave in the Conan pose. Maybe Louise and Alvin draped at his feet.
I don't know about Alvin and Dave, but we do. I think we have a Conan.
What
thing
is
the
best
memes
in
already.
life? Robots. That's all I can think of.
Oh my god, the memes are great tonight.
Oh no, I hadn't even
I
looked
never
yet.
looked through it.
Papusa Monkey, thank you for the 100 bits. Or for the 34 months, rather. Got a job and I'm in the middle of an overnight shift. Hope your rolls go well. We'll check out the VOD when the Wi-Fi gets better. Protoss103, thank you for the 5 bits. I want Sexy Dave art.
Ooh.
Corey the Platypus, thank you for the 31 months of Prime subbage. 31? Not as funny.
Sexy Dave is holding a cathode tube. Where? You decide.
Go
decide.
Magic Ninjago, thank you for the 100 bits. Connor's playing Deus Ex. Sounds like he's going to get a lot of stuff he didn't ask for. No, that's the wrong one. Can't you see? I can see because my vision is augmented.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't like your tone. I'm
You
so
doing, Jim?
happy. You're gonna see the birthplace of every shitty Deus Ex meme.
Oh my god, I know them all already. I do. Oh
And-
my
and
god,
you're-
JC, a bomb! A bomb.
Are you going to play through Deus Ex 2 as well?
Yes, I'm playing through all of them.
Oh, nice.
Oh yes.
That includes...
Deus Ex 2 was like it had like a really crappy story, but it was the first game I ever played that had ragdoll physics, so I was immensely entertained.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Innovative.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play Plinko with the Sky Towers? You knock a dude off and you see how many of the barriers and pipes he can hit on his way down.
Mm-hmm.
They mapped all of those.
Fucking Plinko with a corpse.
Yeah, corpse.
Just play Corpse Plinko.
It's like horse Plinko.
Also, yes, I'll be playing all of them. That is Deus Ex Invisible War, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Deus Ex The Fall, and finally Mankind Divided.
I never asked for this.
Never asked for this,
I never asked for this.
but it's really fucking cool.
Say what you will, his design is so kick-ass. His sunglasses come out of his brow.
That was the coolest shit, and his jacket that was black and had the matte finish, and when the light hit it, had all these designs. So cool. All right.
It's
fucking cool.
It is the perfect ratio of dumb and awesome.
Oh god, it's just
His sunglasses come
great.
out of his head.
It's so, and they look like badass, they look like badass scars when they're not in use. It's just rad.
I wish I had sunglasses. Have you ever seen a man so cool that he
can
wears
have them.
sunglasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
What question is
Oh,
that? Connor,
man.
why are you crying?
I don't know why. It's an old joke. Have you ever seen a man so cool that he wears sunglasses?
Wow.
You know what? That might just be the icebreaker I need for my open mic. You might have saved my career.
Oh man. Well, yes. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway.
Yeah.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
Thank you all for stopping
Tabletop, we
by.
have them.
It
Yeah.
was a wonderful time to be had. with
No,
you.
this was absolutely fun. We gonna rant anyone?
Might as well. Let's see who's
All right.
on.
Let's take a look at the phones.
Let's have a
Operators
little
are
look-see
standing by.
here.
Let's just have a little look-see.
Let's have a little look-see.
I need the baby wipes. When I look on to twitch.tv and close my eyes to see who's online, I see demons.
I
That's
say
a
demons.
strange thing to see.
Oh man, I thought the dude had 8. It was
Hey, you know what? He's streaming. He doesn't always stream, but he's streaming. And I like him. And Zen just read my mind. Greg from How to Drink is streaming right now. So let's read Greg.
Who is Greg from How to Drink?
He does a YouTube show where he makes cocktails that are from like animations and fiction and games and stuff like that.
Ooh,
He's like
That's
Babish.
cool.
He's like Babish for lushes.
Really?
Oh,
yes. Let's read Greg
Pop culture inspired drinks.
from How to Drink.
So instead of binging
Boozing with Babish.
instead of binging with Babish, it's ambulate with Alki. I'm down for that.
Our raid message will be
everybody.
hashtag Dave Sweep.
Dave Sweep.
Dave Sweep.
And I will talk to you all later. I'll see you this Wednesday for hopefully the Unexpectables.
And on Monday.
Mhm.
And on Monday for Roll With Me.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Boy.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.